side, nigga, my game vicious. With a pot and fork, got the grand wishes. Can't tell the difference, my rim inches or thick bitches. Hip dimensions, now nevertheless, my gang cold. Pretty boy swag, I take your hoe. Never understood what they hate me for. That's just a demonstration, they ain't getting dope. Boss reek that van life. Born and bred on Van Dyke. Run the streets, that's every night. Now who is he? I'm M Guy. Did a photo shoot in polo boots. Is that real loot? I promise you. That $100 bill in a light show is real boss reek. That's sweet, but I'm scared of you. Put 28s on my 7.6. My 40 cal got a rubber grip. You can pray to God, but I won't miss.
Can you grab that?
Facebook.
Welcome to another show, Feed the Streets. I'm your host, the one and only Reek. To the left of me,
TT Love.
and to the far left of me, we got an NFL star who needs no introduction. Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Michigan State dominator. You know what I'm saying? Like, big guy, tell them who you is and what you do.
What's going on? It's Kaj Reynolds. I do a little bit of everything, but narrative designer, game designer, ex-NFL player, music producer, nonprofit owner, founder, a lot of stuff. So,
as you can see, this man is doing big things, but also I got a music mogul in the house, man. Somebody, I'm talking about, this man was super influential to me. He looked me in my eyes and said, Reek, you will never make it. And I quit. Oh. No, all jokes aside, he gave me some like polished game that helped me throughout my life as a man, as a business owner, as a friend, and as a loyal person. This is a very stand-up dude, one of the most humble people I ever met in the industry. I done met Gucci, I done met Jeezy, I done met Shorty Low when he was live, rest his soul. I ain't gonna say no other people names because he started getting crazy. You just can't name everybody. But to the right of me, I got the infamous Mark Hicks. Introduce yourself, brother.
Hey, what's up, the world? I'm Mark Doughboy Hicks. I'm doing a lot of things, but I've been in the music business for over 20 years, and I'm considered, in a nutshell, a record man. And a record man means you will do whatever it takes for that record to break. Okay. I'm talking about whatever.
Wait, don't say whatever.
I'm just saying, hello?
Diddy is looking for you.
No Diddy.
But that's me, Mark Doughboy Hicks.
I gotta tease Mark, man. Mark was real influential with bringing a lot of music here, man. Like I said, he a humble brother. He ain't that braggadocious dude, but I am, so I'm gonna brag for him.
Okay.
First time I went to this man crib, not only was I blown back, like, damn, this nigga got a nice crib, but this man had platinum plaques everywhere to the point where he could loan them out to producers if he wanted to. Like, you can act like you me. Like, it was unreal, the connections that this man has. Not only, and he left out the fact that he's affiliated with Shady and D12 and all of them. We ain't even gonna get into all of that, but he definitely has been one of the heaviest hitters in the Detroit music scene. But we gonna step away from that because I got a small beef with some Michigan State people, you know what I'm saying? Now, Kaj went to Michigan State, you know what I'm saying? And, my soon-to-be went to Michigan State. And I learned something about y'all Michigan State folks.
What's that?
Spartans.
What's that?
So, we went out on a little date. We went to Zap Zone, right?
Okay.
I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go shoot some hoops. Like, all right, cool. No problem. So I go to put in a little quarter thing, start shooting. She's like, no, that ain't how you do it. You got to put in the other two. So we shoot head up. Mm-hmm. She doubled my score. So she's like, you want to run it back? Right. I'm like, hell yeah, you know, because I made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? So I'm shooting my best, sweating, concentrate. You know how you really into it in the zone. I won by 1 point. So I'm like, God damn, that was my best. She's like, best out of 3. My mind said no. But my pride was like, do that shit, nigga.
And in their ego.
We super competitive, I will say that. Spartans are absolutely super competitive.
Yeah, I found out.
And 4-1, 3-1 against Michigan. And the time I was there,
Go green.
go white. That's
So it get better though.
No, it does.
So this story, she ends up beating me on the 3rd time, like triple my score. I'm like, in my mind, I'm
Did she bet something?
huh?
Did she bet something?
No, just my pride. So
I would have took it too.
I'm like, come on, let's ride motorcycles. She's like, you know, I had a motorcycle before. But you know what I'm saying? So we get on a little motorcycle bike thing. She ride, knocking me off of it, and won 1st place. So my whole date with her is all fucked up. So we finally get back to the crib. I'm like, dang, you know, I'm on some nonchalant shit. I'm like, you know, good job, man. You know, you were shooting pretty good. She was like, well, you know, I used to play basketball. So I'm like, why you ain't tell me this? It's like, oh, I was in the WNBA. I'm like, I damn near my body jumped out and was ready to choke her, right? I'm like, so you gonna embarrass me in front of everybody? I don't hit women. I'm talking shit. I get beat up.
I could tell that though.
He was a hater. On live, you gonna tell everybody. But anyway, back to the story. So after she beat me, after she let me know.
Somebody said, just go to the movie, sir. Because you was getting beat.
I'm with you. You are absolutely correct. So I ended up, you know, like, damn, let's shoot pool.
She the Black Widow.
Black Widow. So as it sit right now, I'm breaking up with her for whooping my ass and emancipating me and taking my manhood. I just wanted to start with that.
That's deep.
You have a tendency to do that. That's crazy that she played in WNBA.
You said what happened?
Said we have a tendency to do that if we went to state.
I thought you said women.
No,
I'm sorry. I was already on the defense. Go ahead.
See, he that's his alma mater. See, he Michigan State man too. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
What team did she play for in WNBA?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I just, when she said she played, I was just caught off guard.
What?
Like, no, not what. Like,
No, like what?
you really took me on the court like that. Like, not at the court, but on the little hooping thing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of telling me ahead of time, like, then I would have knew not to shoot against her.
That's funny. Said it was an unfair advantage.
It was.
It's like somebody that got to register their hands ahead of time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like, right. I was breaking it down. Then I went to the barbershop and they cooked me in the barbershop.
I would have too.
And
I
so
wouldn't have said nothing.
I couldn't help it because when I'm on the speaker with her, I'm waiting. Next thing I know, everybody clippers stopped at the same time. You let a girl beat you? She shoot craps with your nuts. Everybody laughing, right?
Damn.
So then they was like, and we silly. At my barbershop, we known each other forever. You know what I'm saying? So Rick could take a joke too. I'd throw him out, but I could take him too. So she ended up throwing it in there. Like, well, you know, I would have shot a lot better, at least 40% better if I didn't have nails and heels on. I was like, you had to tell him that part. You know what I'm saying? And he just erupted,
Not
laughed.
only did she beat your ass, but she beat your ass with some heels and nails
It's
on.
getting progressively worse.
Let's ask some questions. Because it's gonna be okay.
Funny.
It's crazy.
All right, so what's the questions? Oh, you know what? Let's start with
Let's introduce this food because I'm hungry.
this episode. Oh, I need a close-up. Due to the fact that I'm being paid to say this episode is brought to you by Hey Love Kitchen. Gorgeous meals, great prices, and delivery. The food is good. I'm not capping or whatever. When you open the bag, you know that it's a Hey Love bag because it comes in the pink bag. The pink bag comes equipped with what's all in there?
Okay, so what we peppermint hands, wet wipe, a fork. Cause I hate when you order food from people and they don't have no forks in there. That be making me mad because I be hungry and I be wanting to eat right then.
And a bag of Better Made. So we got to go ahead and taste this on the air. What you get?
Oh, let me see.
Y'all got something over there?
Oh, mine already crushed.
Oh, yeah. Doughboy got business.
It's Pac-Man style.
So I got some ooh la la garlic bread. And I got the salmon. I don't even, oh, my stomach just happy and clapping on the inside.
I'll wait for that afterward. I got that though.
Okay.
Mark
The
that for
salmon
me.
salad.
Oh, I got,
yeah,
oh.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes. So none of my kids, I see my kids watch.
That.
I know how to do stuff.
Damn, that look good as
I
hell.
know.
You get a piece of this.
No, that's okay. I don't like
A
sharing.
hater. You is like really like that, huh?
And my kids watching, I see y'all. Don't ask for none because you're not getting it. Thank you so much. It's some Hot Pockets in the freezer.
She's next to be on Channel 4.
That ain't even. You see what I'm saying?
Too soon.
You feel me? Yes.
I'm saying you shot me down. I had to get
I didn't
you back.
shoot you. No, she shot you down.
She shot the sheriff. Oh, the menu's up. Oh, y'all can see the
Yeah,
menu.
check out the menu. Let me just
Take a snapshot of it.
And she
Download
got,
it.
I ain't even put no dressing. I don't even care
Yeah,
about
probably don't even
You
need
don't
no.
need dressing.
But while she smashing,
it. I'm just tasting.
Kat, tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
Man, I don't even know where to start.
I'm tripping on now. I'm saying this on the air. I wasn't actually promised this, but this man he has ties to EA Sports, and I'm trying to broker a deal where they'll make a creative player, one and only Reek on the next Madden. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing 200 yards.
Yeah. I'm working for the enemy right now, so I don't think they're gonna be giving me any privilege or any special treatment anymore. But no, I previously did work for EA Sports. I wrote the My Player mode and the Superstar mode for Madden 23 and 24. Did a lot of the just the dialogue, the script writing, content writing, some marketing stuff, some just a little bit of everything. And now I'm currently working for their competitor. Go check out NFL Pro Era. Cop it. It is the best football VR game, only football VR game there is out there. Full NFL license, full simulation license. Got 3 iterations of the game out now. Yeah, man, we're just trying to progress. We got other things we're doing as well with music and whatnot too. But
Not to cut you off, but so it's VR. So it's like when you get hit, your eyes roll back.
yeah. Well, no, hopefully you're not running into walls and stuff. But yeah, pretty much it's it's on the Oculus and whatnot. Put you in the first person view of actual NFL quarterback, and you can play defense and stuff too. And it's dope. I've really enjoyed working on the game. It's been a pleasure. It's a black owned company. Shout out to Andrew Hawkins. Shout out to Tor Jones. Everybody over in Status Pro team. Like they're doing it, man. And it's really it's been a blessing to be a part of it. And yeah, we continuing to move forward and make progress in the next iterations and new products we got going out with it too. So.
Man, that's dope right there. That's dope, man. Yeah, we gotta get that around the applause right there.
You could have been doing anything else.
Could have been selling dope.
Okay, you got some?
I was legally though, but that's another conversation.
That's another conversation. But so with the game, just to get in it a little bit, by you having NFL experience playing for the Baltimore Ravens,
Okay.
Go
Lions.
For sure, it's still
Still
the
love
rule.
the Lions,
But when you tested the game, did it simulate like the NFL to you? Like how did it?
Yeah, for sure. Like when I first heard about it and everything, I went and checked it out, and I was really impressed, honestly, just because I had never seen anything like it. It literally, puts you in the feel of that first person. I'm really on the field in the stadium, throwing the ball, mechanically like you would actually throw a football. And there's so many different aspects of it that have just progressed. We've gotten defense on there. Now you can go and try to, rush through the line and sack a quarterback. You can try to intercept. Like you can do so much. And we're looking to add different elements like, teaching aspects and being able to do different things and be able to break the game down. And, it's been really awesome to see so far.
Man, that is dope. That's huge. Definitely go cop that. What's the name of that
It's
game?
NFL Pro Era. It's on the Oculus. And
So on the Oculus. And for those who don't know, that's that headset Is that like the Quest or is better
Yeah,
than Quest?
yeah, Quest, MetaQuest, Oculus, same thing.
Same thing.
Yep, same
All
thing.
right, so y'all don't know that's the MetaQuest, Quest, Oculus, whatever you want
So
to
you should
call it.
the Oculus. I just gotta call it Quest.
I'm gonna get on it tonight. Y'all know that.
And,
Y'all go?
hey, look, that's dope.
That'd be
I mean, you know, and also keep in mind these are brothers and sisters that put this together to bring you to the actual view of it. And now think about it, majority of the NFL is black people,
Right.
so that would be ideal to have that vision from black athletes. So
Exactly.
you're seeing an NFL player telling you like, hey, this is so for all y'all who would never make it to the NFL like me, you know what I'm saying? Then now you get a chance to see what it feel like to step on the field and look out and you see 70, 80,000 people roaring your name.
Yeah, man,
Oh.
it's dope. The first time you put it on, it's like really a dope experience. Like to look around and just kind of take it in, and like just the different elements, whether it be the crowd, you know, the stadium announcer, different things like that. Like it's really cool. So
So,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
all
ahead.
right. So, what made you want to do football professionally?
besides my size, it's easy money. I was 6'5", like you know, I'm playing. I actually loved hockey first. So I played ice hockey when I was a little kid, and I got too big for it. Like my knees started hurting and stuff. And when we moved to Detroit, they didn't really have ice hockey teams like that, and it was expensive. You know what I'm saying?
Extremely.
So we wound up. I made the switch over to football. It was crazy because I hated it the first 2 years. I was getting my ass kicked all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally just.
What school were you playing for?
So I was playing for the Oak Park Trojans in the
Alley.
Pop Warner first.
Oh, okay.
And then I played in PAL for the Panthers the next year. And that was
Shout
like
out
when
Pal.
I really started to like love football and whatnot. And I kind of like started embracing it, and you know the rest kind of history, I guess. You know?
So do you do any like coaching now or anything?
You know, I actually got an academy that we're starting up in Detroit. I'm working with the city of Detroit right now.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's in the works right now. We've been having multiple meetings with, you know, city council, with Parks and Rec stuff lined up, working on getting sponsors and whatnot. Our home base is going to be the Dome at Chandler Park.
Okay.
And we're working
East side.
on
East side.
Yeah. Just hey, look, it's constant. It's consistent. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to being able to train in certain places and not have to worry about things. So it was beautiful when I found out the city was doing that. So working on that right now. My man Zach Huter. Zach played with me at Michigan State. He
Hey,
is
Zach.
now with Stiefel Financial and he's a broker doing this thing with that, and also teaching financial literacy, different things with the program, and you know just finding your why outside of sports. Like our main thing is gonna be training. But we're also going to have like sessions outside of it to build a network and start to, you know, get kids experience within different programs that they have now. So I'm not going to wait till later. So are you popular?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are alarm.
No, that was my alarm fan. That's
And you know what? That is like super dope, man. I commend you. I thank you for bringing your talents. A lot of people make the millions and then they
Forget about
they
everybody.
leave. But this brother came back.
Close to 'em.
You know, he's dedicating his time. He's dedicating something that you cannot replace, which is time. You know, so y'all need to like really get involved, get behind whatever you could do. Call your councilman and say, hey, what's the hold up? Y'all got a golf course out there at Chandler Park. We want this football project done.
Oh, it's done. It's through. It's built. Yeah, it's built.
Something about
Hey,
We'll be launching probably April, May.
y'all need some extra
is it?
coaches?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Y'all need some extra coaches?
Y'all need
Oh
some
yeah. As
kids.
soon as I get the budget, like
Call me,
listen,
man.
As soon as I get the budget for it,
Don't
we
forget me, 'cause I'm
working.
gonna bring my sons.
Oh no, it's gonna be. I look forward to it because this is something that kids in the South have
That we don't have a
that we don't really have up here, and so I look forward to being able to provide some of that same stuff. And like I said, the
Start.
support that
Yeah.
like I had coming up, a lot of kids don't have that, so I want to be able to provide that. You know what I'm saying? So
And then you
that's-
talking about about teaching financial literature. That is, me and my friend were just talking about that. I wish we would have learned more in school, even now with the kids.
Yeah.
Learn about different like credit and why is it
yeah.
important and
yeah.
how to manage your money and things like that.
It's funny they can sell us narratives about history, but we can't keep it real about like just basic everyday.
You know everything about Christopher
general
Columbus.
finances.
Don't know nothing about Chase, saving, IRAs, CDs, all that kind of stuff.
You know, but that's the.
But you're gonna help change that, so we good.
something like that.
Ain't no something like it's gonna happen. You gotta speak.
Hey, you know something? So tell me some stories, man. What was it like playing in the NFL?
It was dope. It's what you see and way more of what you don't. You know what I'm saying? It was built on 1,000, like the quote say, 1,000 invisible mornings to get to, those 8 to 12 or however many Saturdays that you.
So that first time coming out the tunnel.
Oh yeah, I actually still got a video from that. Like I'm actually really happy I kept that because like the first time I did, we was running out in Baltimore, and I still see it from time to time and whatnot. And it's one of those things that's like hard to really even describe. It's like they say when you die is like 7 minutes or whatever of like free. And it was like when I was there, all that happened like really quickly. Like I saw everything that I did previously to like get to that point. So it was cool, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, like I said, my career was unfortunately a little short-lived because I ended up having a spinal cord injury in a game that forced me to retire and everything. But like, I'm grateful for the experience. I'm a legacy kid. My dad played, my brother played. Plenty of family, friends that have played and whatnot too. So I as much as I love football, I feel like this was easy. That was easy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like making that transition out of football where what they expect you to do. I'm a big 6'5" dude. They expect me to be a brute. They don't expect me to be, somebody that's of ability to do all these different things, whether it be the gaming or, there's a lot more to that stuff. And that's one of the things I think a lot of athletes struggle with. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you clearly don't, man, and it's an honor to have you on our show. We appreciate you coming, man.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
Really do. And we gonna get back to you. We got some other questions we want to ask you. Then we gonna get into
I'm
the
getting your business.
Okay.
Ain't too much business getting it, but hey, whatever. But no, I want to hear from the man. I want to hear what you got this, man. What?
Yeah, we gotta swing the torch over to Mark Doughboy Hicks.
Wow.
When I say this man has an unbelievable track record when it comes to working with major artists. I mean, anybody you could think about, they had to come through Mark at some point in time, man. And to have him in the studio that's a super honor. And I just want you to talk about like a little bit on your career and also, let them know about my career and what you saw when I had 3 minutes of fame.
Well, what go about my career? Well, it all started, not to be long-winded. It all started in high school. I was like the typical kid, wanted to be a rapper, watching MTV and BET, and it was like, and it got to a point where I finally got enough money for studio time. And lo and behold, it was a place called Mo Master Studios, and old heads would know about this studio. It's like it was on the west side where all the artists would come and come in. Like, studio time was very inexpensive. Lo and behold, the assistant engineer for my session was a guy by the name of Deshaun Holton, and that's Big Proof. And me and Big Proof. I'm from Highland Park, so I went to Highland Park High School. Proof went to Osborne. So it wasn't like no connect, like we was running buddies in high school. It was like we just was, when I would go to that studio, I would build and it was cool. And, Proof, he never told me this, but I think he was like, man, I want you to be my manager. And I was like, what? I think he did that because I was a whack rapper. And he liked me. and he just didn't want to tell me I was a whack rapper. So I was like, man, let me think about that. And I was already like, reading behind the scenes. Like back then it was Billboard, the musician magazine. And I really, that was like, it became a magnet to me to be like, I want to be behind the scenes. And then, watching Crush Groove, it's a movie that a lot of us black folks didn't watch, but it was a movie called La Bamba, and it was about the music industry. And all those movies, I always got attracted to the behind the scenes. So I was like, I think this is my calling. So when I was a senior in high school, I told my parents, they were like, oh God, but hey, at least you're not doing drugs. At least you're not killing nobody. So, all right, we with it. So they held my hand they was like, okay, this is what you're going to do. So instead of like a graduation gift, they gave me a musician. It was a role in school back in them days. It was called Musicians Business School. And I just like I basically I went to that school and I just like learned
Hey, cousin.
I worked I found out about the different roles and I said, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to be a record man. And a record man is like promotions and marketing. Unlike this current stuff, when you was a record man, if it took driving around America or going to Europe, whatever it took to break that record, you would have to do, you know. So in that terms, it was that was my calling. So I started. I was like, okay, so Proof wanted me to be his manager. I retired from rapping, but I had to find an outlet to get to expose myself. I mean, so I ran into Sean P. We were at Maxie's.
She said Sean P.
At Telegraph on Telegraph in '96. Old heads will know that. So I ran into Sean P. and I said, now matter of fact, a guy at the Detroit News, his name was Daryl Dawson. He was like an early mentor of mine. And he said, man, I want you to hook up with Sean P. And then me and Sean talked like we was paging each other. And Sean was like, well, man, I'm going to be at Max's on Friday. Run into me. So I ran into Sean, and it got into a situation where I became his intern. Sean is the founder of Street Promotions in Detroit. And you know, it's called, some people call it guerrilla marketing, but Sean was he's the founder of it. It was some people who came before him, but they was doing video shows, but Sean was dedicated to street promotions. And Sean had all the record. He had all of the rap record labels at the time. In that era I was talking about. So I interned for Sean for like 1 or 2 years, but then it was time, you know, we were in a situation, it was like an army. So I came in, but I think I was getting long in the tooth, and it was other young people who Sean wanted to intern. So I said, you know what, Sean, I think I'm going to spread my wings and I'm going to start my own promo company. Sean said, hey, man, it's good. It wasn't like no competition, because it was back then, it was money for all.
So let me ask you this. All right. At what stage did you like really start meeting the major stars and getting the plaques?
So basically what happened when I got my own promo company, the first account I got, it was John Singleton, Poetic Justice. It was Poetic Justice. And it was a song on there called Endo Smoke. And so I didn't, you know, I had this record, and just glory to God, that was a hit record. And so I was working this record, so everybody was like, oh man, you got that Endo Smoke. So when I would go to clubs and strip clubs, and I was going in the strip club, I think nobody will care, but I was going in the strip clubs when I was 18. And I would go in there and they would let me in like, oh, this fat kid got the record. So I just so it's all about the last hit you get. Okay. And so with me help breaking Endo Smoke, other labels started to be like, oh, that kid in Detroit, he's making some moves. So that gets to your question. So then Tommy Boy called and they said, well,
now who is Tommy Boy? People might not know
Tommy Boy Records was a hip hop label that was started in the 80s. And they started with Africa Bambaataa, not when Africa was doing all that wild shit. But Africa Bambaataa, they were like the leaders in rap. They had like Naughty by Nature, De La Soul, Coolio, Digital Underground. They were like
so Pac ran through that at one point.
Yeah, Pac was So basically I was doing so Tommy Boy was like, look, man, we'll give you a shot for free. We'll give you a shot, but we ain't paying you. But they was like, we're gonna give you a shot. So lo and behold, one of the first records they sent was like Naughty by Nature, Digital Underground. But what made me stand out is it was an artist by the name of Coolio. And Coolio at the time, when I'm naming all these people, and you talking about the 90s before he broke, nobody didn't really know who he was. They know he was a part of WC and the Mad Circle, and he was a little affiliated with Ice Cube, but nobody knew him. So basically, I took that record, it was called County Line. And I said, well, you know what? This was just me being mental. I was like, if I take this record, like out of all the records, they were hits, but if I take the one that's not a hit record and blow it up, I could take my name to another level.
So you pretty good at recognizing talent.
Yes.
So that's when you told me.
Yeah, I told Boss Freak. Yeah, I met Boss Freak. Lo and behold,
Lord have mercy.
We'll get on, and so when I met Boss Freak, I met him through Kid, and
let's give a shout out to Kid, keeping in Detroit daily.
Kid be connected, and it's just crazy. I'm not trying to jump all over the place, but when Kid came out, Kid was having so many hit records, and everybody was like, "This hot Kid," and I'm like, man. I think it was positive affirmation. I was like, man, one day I want to work with that guy. And crazy enough, it was a record company here in Detroit. Now I'm skipping time. I'm doing the time jump, but I want to get on how talented Boss Freak is.
Oh, you ain't got to do that.
No. I could be bouncing back and forth. Right. And so basically, it was an Old Train 9 record, and a guy by the name of Nick Salaka, who owns Nick's Chips, and Kid found a record company called Old Train 9 Records. Well, Kid didn't found it, but he wanted Kid to be the president. Producer. The powers that be at Old Train 9, they was a popular record company on the east side. And so with Rap, big shout out to Rap, Nick Salaka, Holiday, they were like the owners of the Old Train 9 record label. So they had Kid be president. So Kid, his job was to find new talent. And one of the talents was Boss Freak, because Kid was always like, man, we need to get with, it's just a couple of...
We got to give Kid a little shout out on some of the work he did. He did Blade Icewood, Boss Up and Get Your Money. That's one of his hottest records. He had
KDZ.
Get shot in my hood, get work in my hood.
Yeah, he had Tone.
This guy did his thing.
He's a producer and producer.
What up?
It was a pleasure working with him. But now we got to keep going a little bit. I want to talk about what you got going on, because see, this is what people not realizing. This man can find talent, and he worked with D12, Eminem. He got the plugs. He ain't being a gatekeeper. He got something coming up that's huge for Detroit artists. My phones keep falling. He got something huge coming up for Detroit artists, and I want you to get into that with the Uptown situation and what you got.
Okay, well, yeah, Up North Heat, but just like if I could steal one more minute.
Let's go.
Okay, so when I got Tommy Boy, it turned into a hit record, and then it was like a magnet. I got Bad Boy as a client. I had Busta Rhymes, Electra Records. Some of these record companies, modern day.
So quick question. You said Bad Boy.
Yes, I did.
You fucked up when you said Bad Boy. You got to tell us about what was Diddy on back then.
We'll get back to that. Now, I didn't see none of them. The only thing is...
You made me nervous.
The only thing is... I did attend one P. Diddy party, but I didn't see all of the crazy stuff, because it was, they flew
left
out to
early.
New York, and they wanted to, they wanted to meet and greet. So they flew the DJs, and I was like the regional of Bad Boy for Michigan. So of course,
was it the core DJ retreat or
no? It was. They had an Arista Records a Bad Boy weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like, but that was usual, because they would fly like record store owners, popular radio DJs.
Yeah, no.
And then you want your reps who you got on payroll to be there.
I think they're going a little too far with over sexualizing P. Diddy things anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really need to leave the brother alone. Like, anybody, I feel like this. I attended a Puffy party. I didn't see none of that.
Right.
And I feel like all the people that was at them parties, they knew what they was at, because it wasn't a secret. It was one of them things that you knew. Like, if you went to a Puffy party, this is what he was on. You know what I'm saying? At a certain time, get up out of there.
All right.
So, me being a Z-list celebrity, you know what I'm saying? If I know this, the girls that was there, was no girls there that wasn't affiliated. No, they wasn't affiliated. Like, it wasn't no, like, you couldn't just walk up to a party. Like, the party I went to was at the Atrium in Atlanta. It's a little club called the Atrium. And they had a pool in the inside of the club. You couldn't go there. I ended up going because I was with Shorty Low, and it's a producer by the name of Ty Cutter. He made Tat It Up. So I was accompanied with them and CTE and all of these different people. So it wasn't like I got like a ticket and just walked in.
Right.
So anybody that was at, just like your party, you was personally invited. It wasn't like people off the street could walk in.
It's like 2025, and now everybody, the TikTokers, is making it. But I mean, at one point, you know, Sean Combs was a record breaker, and he like had a lot of, you know, he broke records. He broke like a lot of different records, and he was legendary in the music business. He still is. I mean, I know he's, you know, he's dealing with stuff. So I got, you know, I give him props on that. And hey, he paid me well. It was never no bounce checks. I loved it. But jump into where you was like about, you know, the new project. So all of that, I worked everything from Outkast, Puffy, Interscope. I did it all. I did that. Now, then when the whole, I call it the Eminem explosion. It was like he went out to LA, and you know, by a friend by the name of Paul Rosenberg, and I'll get in that, he's a dear friend of mine. He was managing, or he was being an attorney for Eminem, and they was out there doing their thing. Like me and Proof, like with me being in the music business, I was making money. Proof was still a struggling artist, not talent-wise, but you know, it wasn't like cutting checks.
Ain't no money up front.
Yeah, so basically, everybody was doing their thing. But then it was like we heard like M went out there to a music conference, which we all go to, but he was in a California one, and you know, some people got it. They, you know, some radio DJs was like, "Hey man, why don't you freestyle on the radio?" And when he freestyled, one of the A&Rs at Interscope heard it, and they said, that's what I call the explosion, because they was like, "Oh, you're not leaving California. We're going to sign you. And hey, we're going to hook up you up with Dr. Dre." They like automatically sensed what was going on.
So Interscope actually put him with Dr. Dre.
Yes.
So you know what? I always thought Dr. Dre found him.
No, but it was really like, it's not like shocking. It was like Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre, they, you know, he had Aftermath already. And so Jimmy, when he considers you partner. If you sign to him, he's a partner. Once again, I take that back to the record man. Jimmy is one of the original record men, where he's gonna do what it takes to break a record. And so he did. You know, it was a Jimmy Iovine nephew named DJ, and he's the one who first heard him and said, "Hey," talked to his uncle Jimmy Iovine about, "Hey, I think we got something here." So automatically, when Jimmy heard it, he automatically said, "You know what, this kid, I'm gonna hook him up. I'm gonna connect him with Dr. Dre," because once again, Dr. Dre was already in the system, and so it was a connection where, and you know, and Dr. Dre, of course, knew Eminem was talented. So you know, that's how that whole start. But once that happened, and it was so many different marketing things that it blew up. It was like boom, it was over. And so M, of course, and M is, and that's, we'll get to that later. M is, he's a salt of the earth. He's a good guy, and a lot of the bull crap that you hear about is not real. And M was like, I gotta come back and help my team, because it was original. It was members of Dirty Dozen, but we couldn't get Dirty Dozen clean, so we had to turn it into D12 because it was a Tijuana brass band. So with that being said, yeah. Well, with that
this is why it's so good, because you only see and hear about the artist, not the background story or the background or the real stuff. Yeah. So this is why it's so good to just like be around all different kind of people and not just the artist. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So basically what happened was, okay, M was like, I gotta come back and help my boys. Because he was like, How My Name, the album was like debuting at #1. And it was like, M was like, he took the members, you know, the original members was Bizarre, Bugs, Proof, Kanine and Vaughn. And so what happened, unfortunately, Big Bugs got killed. It was a Belle Isle incident. It was like a water gun. I mean, if you go to your brain, he got killed on some senior skip day. He wasn't a senior, but he got killed over a water gun.
And you know something? That's something a lot of people, because we do have a national following. So people who are not familiar with Detroit music, a lot of our artists was killed before their time.
Right.
The greatest treasure in the world is in the cemetery.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
So
it's safe to say that Eminem been so many places. He's seen so many faces, but nothing compared to the blue, yellow, and purple.
Yes. Yeah.
Blue, yellow, and purple.
That's his song.
Oh, the purple.
Right.
But,
I got a question for you real quick. What was the wildest thing you ever did to break a record?
Buffy party.
you know, it was,
He said he ain't do nothing else.
No, I
Ain't
got it to
see
you.
you know what? Oh man, that's a great question.
This sounds so good.
It's all about getting attention.
Yeah.
So it's like, cause you know, everybody in this room could bring a record to a club and get. So we had to like, honestly, the it's probably cash, cause it was times where one of the first things where I was like, it was wild. You know, video music box,
Yeah.
video jukebox.
Yeah.
Well, the record label was like, this is how we're gonna break the record. You got an open-end phone bill, we'll pay whatever. And so I was like, okay, so video music jukebox was really popular in Detroit
Yeah.
or in Michigan. So I said, all right, they gave me permission. So I got on my phone and I was ordering all these videos. And at the time, you know, every time you request a video, they charge $2 to your phone. That was not cell phone.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Landline, house phone.
I got about 8 whoopings for that.
I had a phone bill one time that was $6,000, and we're talking about in the mid '90s.
Yo, that's crazy.
It was like even like Michigan Bell, that was Ameritech, was like,
Ameritech.
wait a minute, what?
But to a label, that's nothing though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
easy
so-
work. Yeah.
So they seen the results because you know you got sound scans, so they could meter if you doing something in your city,
Yeah.
and you know with the record stores and radio play. So it was like, so I'm like getting a bill for $6,000. I was like, you know, at the time I'm like a damn kid. I'm like, oh, this shit is. I'm like
This
20.
got real. Yeah.
This shit is wild.
Yeah.
But you know, you do whatever. Now I tell you, some of the places I've been has been like, man, I've been caught in raids, but it wasn't. It was like after hour raids, but it was like, hey, if it was a popular DJ there, like it was a guy named DJ House,
Okay.
and he was real popular,
Yeah.
and he had after hours, and you had to go there to break records.
DJ Henhouse.
No, not DJ Henhouse, but he was one of them. He's on the list. But it was DJ House. He was now they call him, I gotta think, but he was at Buy Right Records, and he also was a DJ at the Outcast. Outcast was a motorcycle club.
Yep.
A lot of kids that was born in 2000 don't even know what they
Oh
are.
no, they outcast still outcasting. Okay.
Yeah, I heard that. You
Okay.
know, I probably got to make a triumphant return. There.
You should.
Yeah,
And the Satan sidekicks. Hello.
yeah. So whatever it took to break a record, and I'm going. So that's was like it's about cash and it's about like just sacrificing yourself. If it's like 5 a.m, if it's like going to a DJ house and you know and just sitting with him, and so it was like it was a wild life, and you
Yeah.
know that's why I didn't really have like a personal life, because you would be going for it, and it was so much opportunity because you could see stuff, you know, because all our role models was like Russell Simmons. So when I would be out in the streets at 4 a.m, I'm like, man, I want to get to that level of Russell Simmons, or I want to get to that level. It was a hunger, and so that was it was a wild life, to be honest with you.
I bet.
You know what I mean? It was
bet.
a wild life.
So my-
Just
my-
included with the package.
My pops was actually executive security for Rock Nation. So he would do the tours and everything. So he was Bow Wow personal
Oh,
security
wow.
for like years. He was J. Cole security. I lived a very sheltered like high school life and everything. But my first concert that I went to was actually the Club Paradise tour with Drake, J. Cole, 2 Chainz, Wale, Meek Mill, French Montana. Like it was insane. And like I even saw the stuff they were doing behind the scenes where Cats was in the studio right after they got off set. Cats was like going over contracts and stuff, and like you saw the business side of it, which I wasn't really like privy to before that. I think that's one of the things that kind of turned me on about being in music and video production and everything. But I have to imagine that you've seen like just the craziest, you know, craziest things, especially back in the '90s. Wasn't no cameras, wasn't no social
that's
media,
what it was.
wasn't none of that.
It was so crazy. It was so many stories that I almost feel, and a lot of my I don't want to say coworkers, but my counters who was like, I don't use competition, but like, you know, like the Sean P, the Lamont Hayes, it's a guy named Tita Pimp, like Rock Sykes. I mean, a lot of those guys, we seen it all. It became like, I always tell people, man, I told my life. I was talking to this one lady, and I was like, this young lady, and I was like, I got like a Forrest Gump life. Especially you said without no cameras and it was a free fall. So
Yeah.
it's a lot that went into that. It's like, you know, because we talking about, you know, like Biggie, when Biggie was, we brought him here when he was not, it was just like, he had just a couple of hits, like a couple of Streetz hits. And
Like
we was
after
trying to
he
bring-
went and did Howard's Homecoming and all that.
Yeah, and
At
it
the
was
time.
like, so it's like so crazy. I remember he was staying at, I think it was called the it wasn't St. Regis, but he was in a hotel, like $50 a night. But it was like everybody was on the grind. All these artists,
Yeah.
you know, being in promotions and a record, man, when they are on MTV and they on Lifestyle and the Rich and Famous, we gone.
Yeah.
We like, when we use street promotions and guerrilla marketing and radio, we got to be there before. We got to be there when they like,
On the floor.
yeah, it's like,
Ground
yeah, we got to
floor.
be there when they on the mud. Like when we see like all of that, it's like we not there per se. And you know, some of them I stay in contact with. You know, I stayed in contact with. But yeah, that's real. You know,
I feel it. I feel that. We've been working with I've been working with Tarek Bradford. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He like sync licensing God. He cleared Kanye West's first 2 albums and everything.
Oh.
And I was learning, just getting game from him about things that would go on back in like early 2000s, you know, late 90s and whatnot, just about tactics people were doing to get radio play
Yeah.
and things that people were doing, you know, to get clearance for tracks, and how people wouldn't get track clearance and would just say, the hell with it, and then be having to pay on the back end and stuff like that, man. Like, was there ever a time when like y'all had a track that y'all didn't get cleared for that blew up, that you ended up like getting hit over the head for on the back end, that like stands out? I know it's a bunch of them, but it's one that like stands out to you.
Well, one of the big ones, and this is almost done in college. In college, this is a case study that's done in college. You know, like you know, my friend Paul Rosenberg was managing Eminem.
Yeah.
I just did the Michigan marketing for that whole Eminem. The first, and this is before I started with me and my former partner Rico Shelton started managing D12. But
Yeah.
at the time, M had How My Name Is.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre, they was like, this is the one. This is the one that's gonna get this kid over. And so they tried to do the sampling, and unfortunately, it was a black gay guy who that sample was.
Yeah.
And he had heard about, you know, he had got a call like,
all the stuff Eminem.
he was like,
Not an advocate.
yeah, everybody was like, yeah, they was like, man, this kid is wild, don't clear.
Yeah.
it. So the guy was like, man, if he, and you know, he was dealing with Jimmy Iovine, because you know,
Yeah.
Interscope, you know, the Ted Fields, who was Jimmy Iovine's partner, his father owned Marshall Fields, a la Hudson's and Target. So you know this. So the guy that the guy music it was, he was like, I'm about to tax their ass. So he was like, you know what? I'll clear the song, but I got to get 100% publishing. And Jimmy and Dre was like, damn. And so they was like, man, look, they rationalized like, okay, it's gonna be a hit. You're not gonna get no publishing on it. Or the producer, Dr. Dre, wasn't gonna get no publishing too, because he was a co-writer, because he was the producer. And so they said, you know what, we're gonna make money off of it, off of the road.
Yeah, a
And
performance.
so
yeah,
that got cleared, you know. So it's like you know, that like that's one of them. In my wheelhouse, I remember D12 did this song, and it was a Pink Floyd sample. And Eminem was producing. We sit in the studio like, how in the hell? And we made a call, and it's like trade-offs.
Okay.
Because Pink Floyd said, we'll clear the song, but you know what? It's like trade-off. So
Quid pro quo.
yeah, it's quid pro quo. It's like we're gonna do some trade-offs, because that's a lot of samples are done with trade-offs
Yeah,
and stuff.
I dig.
So you know what? Now we got to get into a little bit of the segment. I'm loving this.
Go
The
ahead.
Eminem's
Do your
story.
thing.
Tell us a little bit about what you got working on
Okay,
right
well,
now.
Up North Heat. Okay, I noticed, and once again, till the day I die and beyond, I'm a studier. I always study music, and I'm studying a lot of different things, but I try to be. I'm not a historian, but I'll be historian ready if somebody asks me. So I noticed that it was something missing in the Detroit music scene. And mind you, I think speaking of explosions, I think like Dave Loaf and T Grizzly, props to them. They were like, they records broke big where people started putting their eyes on it. But I started noticing that Michigan, I'm not, Detroit graduated to Michigan. And I noticed the artists would get going, would get some buzz, but then they always had to drag their feet to the Breakfast Club, or they had to, and then, let's be honest, JLB, they're national, they're corporate. It's like, back in the day when Detroit, when like Martha Jean the Queen and some of these people, names you're not even gonna, no, not you, but I'm talking about the youngsters. Radio it wasn't localized. Right. So, you had to like, it became a point where JLB, they morning show at the Breakfast Club.
Right.
So you finna fill that void in, man.
No, but yeah, so it was like nobody was following nobody. I mean, it was like, and mind you, it is like 10 of them that follows the beat. But I think I can contribute to it. When I say follow the beat, you got like Detroit Rap Daily, you got Forum Magazine, you got like, For Show Magazine. It's people. It's like, I'm not coming like as no empty land savior. It is like a lot of different platforms here, but they're doing their thing and they're being successful. But
I like what you finna do with the introduction of Shade, a local situation for Detroit, right, on Shade 45 platform. Right. I think that's gonna be dope, man.
Yeah. So basically, I was like, and speaking of that, not to jump over the, but like, he's a Michigan State guy, and Paul Rosenberg is very competitive too.
Okay.
And I like to call him my rabbi.
Wait, hold on. I gotta say this. Shout out to my girl. They done heard the story about you beating me in basketball. So that's why they talking about Michigan State is competitive. I told everybody on the air I'm breaking up with you for beating me in basketball.
It ain't going nowhere.
Wow.
All right.
Well,
lies.
The lies you tell.
All right. I'll be right home like, baby, please.
But you know what? Since we talk about relationships, you know what I mean? Hey, since we there, you know what I'm saying? Since we done got there, we might as well get a little juicy in it. You know what I'm saying? So tell me something. In your opinion, do you think a man can be a best friend to a woman, or a woman can be a best friend to a man that's in a relationship?
I have them. I have platonic girls, but it's like long tenure. Like honestly, I don't need no more friends. I really don't. I am set for life with friends. I mean, so especially girls, So I'm set. If I'm dealing with a woman, it's on something where it's gotta go somewhere. Mm-hmm. So I'm not like one of them. Okay.
No,
so I'm not one of them because I got enough friends.
So if you in a relationship and your significant other has a male best friend, how would you feel about that?
It always go bad. In my experience, it always go bad, because, you be in situations where I've lived with a woman before and her quote unquote, her hood friends or her neighborhood friends come over for a party. And you got like some male guy blacked out in your house that's cool with your girl. And you just feel the type of way because that's not my boy. That's her. That's her friend. She went to school with her, or went to, was raised on her block. It's an itchy feeling of that.
How do you feel about that?
Like I said, I had this conversation not too long ago. It's kind of what he said before, which is that there's an acceptance for like long-standing relationships or friendships that you have with people. Granted, as long as you haven't been intimate with that person. I feel like if you've been intimate with that friend, then no, it's all bets are off. You know what I'm saying? But like long-standing relationships, I'm not gonna get in the way with that. I got friends who are platonic female friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I would hope that I would be as accepting of their friends if I expect her to be cool of mine and everything. But like I said, there's certain lines that can't have been crossed already in order for that to work. And if that ain't the case, then it's a recipe for disaster usually. You know what I'm saying? So
it always had a female best friend and your girl. Now you had this female best friend for 10 plus years. and now you got this new girl for 3.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, like, I ain't feeling this. This your best friend? I'm your best friend.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's earned over time. So, like, if you have if there's rationale and there's a reason,
And you and her ain't never do nothing. Y'all been
yeah,
friends
and that's
10
what I'm
years.
saying. Like, I'm gonna need you not to project your issues on me if if there ain't been no type of intimacy with us previously, and this whole time it's just been us being cool. And it's just status quo, moving forward and everything. There shouldn't be an issue. But
in return, she can do the same thing.
It should be, but you know what?
Huh?
It should be. It should be.
Oh, okay.
It should be.
Should is the key word. Should.
Then, listen, do I want that? No. Do I have to allow that if I want to have female friends or whatnot that I'm cool with? Yes. It's just, it has to be,
So you would be like, okay,
two-way
because I got a
street, you know what I'm
female
saying?
friend that I've been friends with 10 years. You can have Joey over here. That's your homeboy since 9th grade.
Yeah, like
He
I just
cool.
literally, I had this conversation not too long ago. Like, there has to be communication about like where the relationship stood and like previously. Like, there's got to be open communication about that stuff, or else it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel about it. And honestly, and there's still, it's still, dudes half the time are just, unless they in a place where it is truly, truly, truly on some, I just appreciate your energy and you as a person. Most cats just waiting until she say, all right, cool, let's do it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
and
saying?
females are the same
And
way too.
that's why, like,
Females are the same way too. Females are the same way
You know what?
we
I
can
always
say all, but yeah, some.
You know what I thought best friend stood for? Like, you know how a girl call you her BF? I always thought it meant best fuck. I'm telling you, man. I promise you. That's what I thought it stood for.
No. No.
Listen, I can't imagine being best friends with a girl, right? That I'm hanging with, riding around drinking with, and I'm not fucking. Like,
How's that hard to, like,
how's it hard to fathom? All right. So,
You weird.
all right. How am I weird?
No, I ain't. I said out loud.
Yeah, you
I'm
do.
sorry.
I'm like, see, she keep coming. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? But, all right, say this, right? If I'm not in a relationship, right? Because I don't want my woman to have no male best friend because I know how I think. So I think everybody think like me. So guilt is going to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
you're
then
gonna
it's
be
going to
insecure.
everybody don't think
It's
like
not
that.
about
Yeah.
insecurity.
Okay, good.
It's about
Okay, good.
it's about being like.
No, I don't feel like that's insecure either.
Right.
I feel
Some
like
people-
that's
somebody said that's
look,
insecure.
lions fight other lions that come up on their woman. If a lion go to
Because
other
it's
place,
territorial.
it's a
It's
territory
different.
thing. It's not
It's a
necessarily
difference
just
being insecure or
yeah,
jealous.
yeah.
and
I
territorial.
don't see. So
Everybody should be territorial
And
about their
sometimes
partner.
what I
You know what I'm
notice,
saying? So it's a difference.
what I notice in the trend nowadays, and not saying you, but with
Why you
someone,
gotta pick me up?
I said not saying
I know, but why you say not saying him?
because I'm speaking on women,
Oh, okay.
and you're the only woman here.
Oh, okay.
So-
So, go ahead.
It's a trend going on where women will get backed into a corner and then they'll come back with a gaslighting comment like, "Are you insecure?" or "That was sassy," or to stop a man from telling how he feel in a direct masculine way. So, like, say for example, if I'm not comfortable with no dude calling my woman, I was gonna say my pussy, but my woman, you know, like, oh, this is my best friend. No, I'm your best friend.
I just said
You
that.
get what I'm saying? So
That's how I feel.
if it's another dude that has a category and he's higher than me in this category, that's a major problem. Just like I'm not finna have no female best friend because I know what I'm gonna do. I'm riding around with this girl. I get mad, right? And I tell my best friend, yeah, you know, she just whooped my ass in basketball.
see,
I
that's
never
that's
did
a mistake
that.
right there.
Is it-
That you can't
Come
be,
on,
you can't
say
be
it.
sharing all the business.
But you know that's gonna happen though.
No, it don't have to.
No, it don't. Yeah, I'm gonna say it really depends on like where you are in a relationship with it. Because if it's like early,
You just talk too
you know what I'm
much.
saying? Like then yeah, you chatterboxing with your bestie if it's early
you
in a
ain't pillow
relationship.
talking.
Yeah, but if it's like down the road and I'm like damn near courting her at this point, yeah, I ain't talking to no. I'm keeping all that in house.
Now guess
Exactly.
what? Guess what? Now that's real.
Yeah.
That's real, but we got to go back to the same statement. Everybody don't think the same.
Exactly.
You
And,
right.
some,
No, you right.
and some people might be like, I'll confide in you instead of saying something to somebody I know. Because, like, say, for example, if I go to Bollock and say, man, my girl XYZ, and then he say XYZ, I'm gonna take his opinion different than I'll take it from you. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes people just need somebody to vent to. And that particular person could be
Shoulder to cry on.
Right.
and
And
I've
then
been there,
that turned
so-
into some
I've been there, so-
some booty in the sheet.
Yeah, I don't want to know everything from them too. That's the other thing. Like some stuff, especially. And here's the thing: it's different qualifications for it. If you're early in a relationship and I don't really care, and we ain't really rocking like that yet, cool. But if this is something that is deeper and you know what I'm saying, it's been a minute, and y'all like engaged or married or whatever, then that's completely different ballgame.
Okay.
She's still gonna slip up because all right, let me preach on this. So let's say you sitting with your best friend and y'all get to sipping. Now your senses is numbed by the spirits that you drinking. Now you drinking some Remy with this person and you feeling some type of way, you get comfortable and you start exposing and saying things. Most people, if anybody could sit here and tell me they could drink and not lose focus,
That's single behavior.
Exactly.
If I'm single, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. If I'm with someone, I'm not even putting my.
I'm not just because I'm drinking. I'm about to be loose.
okay,
Yeah.
so maybe y'all hear me.
No, that's
I'm
just
not,
you.
I'm not expounding on a point where you understand where I'm trying to go. So let's just say, for example,
Oh, it's just like you said. Oh my bad. It's
Don't
just like
hit my
you said.
salad.
Everybody different, but I understand. Listen, as somebody that played in the league, I feel you because I got too many partners. It's the same way. I used to kind of be the same way with a lot of.
What
this
you used to
stuff.
do?
Too much.
Oh.
I used to. I lived. I
So
played
is
in
there a
Miami
such
for a
thing
minute.
as NFL
Oh,
groupies?
well, yeah.
What?
Like serious. You know, like the rappers, like
Is that a question?
no,
right?
the rappers like.
No question.
No, I was
Real
being
question.
funny. So the rappers say like it'd be 1,000 girls in the lobby. It'd be 500 in
That's true, but we got security
listen.
on the floor.
It'd be 1,000 in the lobby. It'd be 500 in the stairway, and it'd be one that make it to that room.
Yeah, it's like dumb it down by like a third, but yeah, it's basically. But the thing is, we got like security on the floor, so that I don't never, you know what I'm saying.
Has
But-
somebody ever made it to your room?
No, I'm not that popular. Nobody know me or care enough. I don't make enough money.
That don't mean nothing. That
Yes,
doesn't mean
it
nothing.
most certainly
They
does.
they
I
are
gotta ask you this.
they banging for
hierarchy.
some Coney
I
Island.
gotta ask you this, Kyle.
Not in Miami.
Now, would you be cool with your girl actually having a male best friend?
He said no.
Well, I said I don't like it, but I had to accept it. Like,
Only if you had one.
yeah, but that's the thing. I really don't have
That's
one.
tit for tat.
Yeah, that's one.
That's
Yeah,
what he said, though.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I'm not
tit for
doing tit for tat. I'm just doing off of what I would expect. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was for me, because there's other things where it's gonna be flipped where it's in my favor and it ain't really in her favor. But you know, I'm not gonna. I don't like taking
Yeah.
advantage of. That's tit for tat to me. Taking advantage of a situation for nothing.
Well,
You know what I mean?
tell
But wait
me
a
this.
minute though. Wait a minute, because you hit it on the head, and we gotta expound this for 1 minute. What is the definition of a platonic relationship?
It's a great question.
I think if you have this tells me, I think if you haven't had sex with that person, but it's like homies that died, and I'm cool with they wife or
Yeah.
they girls, and I'm like, oh, you my sister now. I got or
That's different.
somebody
Yeah.
that worked in business, but
Yeah,
you gotta really
qualify.
define if it gets the sex thing. It's
Any
no-
type
it's
of
no.
any flirting,
It's-
any
it's
I like
no,
you.
it's over with.
But
Any
is
wink?
this the real thing?
I won't even
Is it
say
really
the flirting part either, because I know
Yeah.
people that flirt super hard, but they just do that with everybody.
Right.
You know
Is
what
it
I'm saying? But-
possible to be platonic? though?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me change. Let me change. Is it possible to be platonic with an attractive person?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I don't. Okay, I was about to say something. I was about to say I don't keep ugly friends. No, I'm just playing. No, but
But then too, you gotta remember, this me. I don't need no new friend. You know, I'm
That's
talking to
real.
women. I'm
That's
talking. I'm
real.
not making
You
a
know what?
And
general
some
And I
people
gotta
different
say
with that shit,
something.
too. So,
No,
I gotta say something with what you told me a long time ago. I'll never forget this. I was at his office and he was like, Boss Rick, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Here's a real key to being a celebrity. And the number one thing, don't fuck every woman that throw you the pussy.
Okay,
yeah, that part.
that's
Man,
negative.
that I have never forgot that. No joke. And so it's a lot of women. Like earlier, I got asked about a few women. Like, and I never touched them, never spoke with them because I hear your voice. Like I'm telling you, man, this man done worked with some of the biggest people, so I just didn't do it. I learned to be, hey, you know what? Hey, we just cool. But it do be hard.
Yeah. I ain't say it was always just like,
Yeah.
and there's some that like I said, there's some, especially when you're in a certain place. Of course, it's not for those who are in a committed relationship. Let me preface this, but for those who are just living life free, like how I used to be and stuff. Like it's certain girls that you're like, yeah, I'm just cool with you just being around just because your presence and aura is cool. If you throw it at me, I'm catching. But if you don't, I'm cool. You
Now, how often do a girl not throw it though?
Probably, it's
that part. See, look, this what we in you, and then it depends.
throwing it.
See, all right. So look, and then it's different standards because like you 6'5", I'm 6'5", right? You ain't know I was that tall.
You that many numbers?
That's why when I walked out, I was like, he ain't that much bigger than me. We NFL players. I could've named
How much you weigh?
I'm 233.
127.
I'm 375.
How many numbers?
Yeah.
You solid though.
So
Yeah.
So I was
That's
a QB, so that means we was arch enemies anyway. So
Well, I was the O-lineman first.
Oh, did
Yeah, I went to the league.
Mine
I
either.
started as O-lineman first, and then I went to defense. Both, just like college, I played O-line first.
Offense,
I was
baby.
O-lineman, and then switched to D-line junior year.
You're
And
a
then,
protector.
yeah, something like that.
Now this is a good brother, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Everybody on this panel, I ain't even gonna lie. Everybody in this
Exactly.
studio, literally, when I say everybody in this studio, it's like solid people, man. And I want to just throw out there, it look like a car show out there in the park.
Yeah, money.
Fantastic, but
We gonna
everybody.
work, talk too.
Everybody in here, man, and it's plugs being made, man, and I'm really proud.
Relationships being
now.
built.
Now, this is another question I gotta ask both of y'all fellas. I can't really indulge in this. I'm in a serious committed relationship. My girl mama sitting across from me right now, so her little sister across from me. So I can't even play like I want to talk a little shit because I feel uncomfortable with y'all in here. You know what I'm
Don't worry
saying?
about
I
me.
respect.
Yeah, but
Okay, so
respect.
John Johnson, he said I'm fucking all them hoes. You nasty
Shout out
some
to
of
John
them.
Johnson.
Nasty,
A, baby, speedy investment.
itchy, scratchy. Keep fucking
Hey,
all
he
them
gonna
hoes.
build him a house though. But now here go another question for both of y'all fellas. If you had sex with a girl on the first day, do you feel like your perception of her changes?
No. It just happens.
Yeah, some things just happen, and I probably.
Can you
not.
build something solid with her? You think?
On the very first time that we meet?
No, like first date.
Yes.
First date.
We eating. Not we, but you know what I'm saying.
Things
we
go
eating.
good.
Things go good.
You end up
And then
you end up
you
at
go-
Suez on 8 Mile.
I shan't not judge on this subject. No, I will not judge or like think less of them or anything.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you
That's
can't.
just-
What about you?
What you say? Repeat it.
Say y'all went out to dinner, and it was good. Y'all was like, it seemed like y'all should have been together forever.
I'm a vibe,
Right.
so
And
like,
then
yeah.
she don't want to go home, and you don't want to go home, and y'all go do the woo woo. Tomorrow, would you still be like, hey, I really like you dope? Or would you be like, bitch, you didn't fuck to me on the first date? How many other men you
It also
with?
depends on the girl, for real, but like,
it depends on the girl.
they were heavily.
I have had, had sex with women on the first date, right? And I'm still friends with them.
Mhm.
It was
See?
a girl
Mhm.
that I was pursuing
History.
for 10
All
months.
right, he didn't mess with
And you know what? Magically, $300 came missing out of my pocket the next morning. So you know what I mean? It's like,
You gotta ask me now. You gotta ask me.
Her mama told her don't have no wet ass in a dry pocket, so she had to.
Why
hey,
y'all ask me
so-
no questions though? I'm a guy. I'm on the panel.
Crazy.
Cause you. Okay, so what about you? What you gonna do?
Honestly,
But I just feel like you would just not talk to her no more.
No, you got me so fucked up. Why you think so bad of me?
Oh,
You
because you your eyeballs.
the fuck?
Oh man,
But I think like the girl you with now, she gon' whip you in shape.
With me in shape.
no, I
You know
mean-
I wasn't in shape already.
I don't think you were.
You know what? I was having a conversation with a real
But I
close.
think
No,
she-
let me tell you something. I was having a conversation with a real close friend of mine that I would talk to about
She
shit
gonna
that I
bring out
didn't
the
let
better
see.
you.
Because I opened up a trucking company. And I get lonely on the road. We'd talk. I'm talking about she had talked to me until I got to the place to drop the load. It'd be 6 in the morning,
16
right?
hours. Like,
And I'd be
crazy.
telling her the real. I'm really not like that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of times guys get a bad end of the stick. Like, this man is not a bad brother. That's not a bad brother.
Right.
But we get a bad shape because of one little small mistake.
Yeah.
But women make
Right.
small mistakes all the time.
But you ain't
Boy,
talking about
it
women.
never
You talking about
account
you.
for.
All right, so can I answer the question then? You the one said I got beady eyes. You know
It's a joke.
Is
But
it
what I'm
black?
saying is, I feel like the energy that I feel like you were a thotty yaddy yaddy, right? But I just feel like the girl you with now that's the one that's
Let me
gonna
ask
really
you a
bring the
question.
man out of you.
Let me
for
ask
some
you a
reason.
question. How many serious relationships you think I've been in?
3.
I said 4.
I've been in 5 relationships, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And guess what? They have been consecutive. I've never been single. Not for a long time. I've
man,
always
time
So you
anybody
wanna-
that know me.
You need some self-time.
Time yourself.
No. Let me
I hate
So
that.
you be good? Only when
No,
you
I
in a
get
relationship.
myself together. I go, you know what I mean? I get myself.
How you be acting when you in a relationship? I'm ringing.
You on Feed the Streets Live. How can I help you?
So I got a question, right?
Okay.
So a little backstory. So my man, he in jail, and he gonna flip my taxes,
Girl, stop calling here.
but
Stop calling here with that
I
dumb
just
ass
don't
shit.
trust his mama getting
Okay, well, don't
money.
trust nobody.
And I never met him in person, but I feel like
start over, caller.
Start over. What
Shit.
so. My man, he in jail,
Y'all just gonna end
And-
crazy.
I told him that he can flip my taxes, but I just don't want his mama to get my money.
Don't give it to her, honey.
So, all right.
Cause
Now,
he
what?
said his mama trying to play me, but he not gonna let her.
So
The money got to go through her.
did you give him your taxes like you did last time, or y'all not gonna do that no more?
No, this a different guy.
No, this
I never even met him. I just like not in person, but like
I'm gonna talk to.
we didn't have visits. We talk on the phone.
Well, I think I might got something though, right?
Oh, okay, help her.
You could go on Google and it's something called a promissory note. And when you give him that money, you should say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you this money. But it is a loan."
No.
But then you can find
That's
it.
smart, but that's too much work. I don't want to have to do all that.
And I'm wrong about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not a gift. That is a loan.
But it is a loan, and then that way that you can sleep it. You can
He's a good
sleep.
guy. See?
You can sleep at night peaceful because your man
Watch what she said.
signed the promissory note, and and he's legal to pay you back at at an interest rate that you love, that you want to do.
Now watch. Now what? Now go ahead. Your turn.
But I feel like he not gonna want to talk to me no more because he feel like I don't trust him. It's not him that I don't trust. It's his mama.
You don't, and he came from her, so don't trust her either.
Wait. Well, we don't even hear the business
What the mama
proposition.
got to do with it?
She want the money.
But this is my thing. All right, what you say he gonna flip it? How is he gonna flip it?
No, this a different guy. She said.
He
Yeah, but
said he
yeah.
get money. He was getting money before he got locked up.
What he
It's a
need your
solid
tax
answer.
money for?
No, this is it.
Solid answer.
Because he said his people spent his money while he was locked up.
How long he been locked up? Because 3 weeks ago you told me. Oh, this is a different guy, right?
Yeah, I just met him not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I got some sand in this jar, this little tube that I would like to sell you.
We'll
The
call-
other guy, I told him he not getting my tax money because I thought it was gonna come sooner, but like he kept rushing it, so I just felt like he wasn't gonna spend it right, and he wasn't gonna do what he needed to do with it.
we'll call it.
He in jail.
You know what, caller? We gonna do this. We
He
gonna
got connections.
we
Okay,
gonna
so connect the dots, la, and leave them alone.
Yeah, girl, good.
Just,
and
it's
bad.
okay, sweetie. This is what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hook you up with a counselor. She's gonna
And
help
Mark
you
gave you
get.
some good advice. Get a promissory note.
Yeah.
She's gonna help you with everything that you need help with, and just pray about it, okay?
Now
You
I
gotta
got a
pray
question.
about it,
I got a
Sure.
question for y'all too, bachelors, right?
Yeah.
If you are single, should you see other people? And if you do see other people,
Should you tell her?
Wait a minute. Say that again now.
Like, listen, you single, right? And you dating.
Yeah, hypothetical.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you ain't single.
No, I got a situation. Yeah,
Is it complicated?
very.
Oh, okay.
you got a situation.
So-
Move over.
So you date.
No, but go ahead. We can do the hypothetical.
yeah, we can do
Yeah, we can do the hypothetical.
Oh,
shit.
see, something wrong with it. He been drinking that too much. So, say you dating, right?
Yeah.
Now, you single and you dating multiple people, right? Not having sex, but
Okay.
you going on dates. You like her, you like Keisha, you like Monique, you like, because you see who out there because you dating,
Yeah.
right? And would you tell them that, hey, you ain't the only person I'm dating?
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
What would you? I just asked the question.
Please don't think you're the only option.
So what
Please
would I do?
don't. And I want you to know. And I really want you to know.
Do you
that
think
you're not.
so? I think like the strong
That's
gonna
strong.
When
survive.
I'm single, a girl gonna know I got love. You know why? My phone ain't gonna stop fucking. It's gonna
You could be a dope dealer.
Oh, it's gonna pop up. Say we riding. It's gonna pop up. It's gonna say, lawyer bitch.
That's why I had to stop wearing Apple watches and start wearing like classic watches.
This bitch.
I kept getting texts on the wrist.
But I'm just
I'm thinking like she holding, man, I'm getting texts on the wrist and you know what I'm saying? From, this back in a long time ago.
Long time.
I think that's the best policy.
What about
you?
you?
Know, when people come down to that, what's understood need not to be explained. You know what I'm saying? And we all grown, and hey, it is what it is. And sometimes that'll put people on their toes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Caller, you on the air? Caller, you on the air?
So I got a question.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't hear when CC Love or what her comment was when you guys were talking about is it okay to have friends of opposite sex when we're in a relationship? CC Love, what was your comment? Or how did you feel about it?
I feel like I was in that situation. I had a best friend who was a male, and he was like my dog. But the guy I was in a relationship with, he was like against it. He wanted to fight. He wanted to argue about it, and I was like, I want to be in this relationship because I thought I love that person, and I let my best friend who was in my corner go to be in a relationship, and so I wound up losing both. So I feel like it's hard. It's a hard choice to make.
So when did you lose this guy? Recently?
Oh, my best friend?
Both of them.
My best friend is like in the beginning of my relationship.
So,
and then
was it worth it?
No.
So who should you have got rid of?
Huh?
If you could do it in hindsight, who should you have got rid of?
The dude. I kept my best friend.
Had you ever been in coitus with your best friend?
No.
At what point do you say, okay, I'm like,
I know his background.
I'm with I'm saying,
So it's like, ugh, if I was I know, I used to be like, he's like, oh, hey, I'm fucking her. I used to be like, no.
No, I'm just playing.
All right, real quick. When do you take the side of like the significant other as opposed to the friend? Because at some point that power shift has to like happen.
Yeah,
exactly.
so
When do y'all say that's the point in which, because here's the thing.
Caller, did you have another question?
No, I just wanted to hear her perspective.
thank you.
Good.
All right, anybody else on the
Girl,
panel?
you
you wanna
just
add?
pray for me. That my heart hurt.
All right, caller, thanks for your call. We gonna keep it going.
That was just
Oh,
Yeah, no, her sister.
what happened?
No, she thought that was her sister.
No, that was no. You know it's her. That nigga gonna have something ignorant to say.
Oh man. No, I think that was the wrong decision I made though.
Do you?
And I just think that when you say best friend, you know, what do that mean? And I think as a best friend, you need to know and know when to say when, best friend. If you constantly, I'm gonna ask my best friend, of course your man gonna be like, shit, what the hell?
Can I say
or
something?
A best friend you're gonna know your place. Because only time, you know, we human, and only time we get like that is we feel as though someone is trying to take our authority, our position, or something like that.
Or the person is just extremely insecure about that.
You're gonna know that offhand.
Now, if
Not
you,
really.
Yeah, you'll see that.
if you
a lot
feel
of these
like
people walk around with masks on.
if you knew that this best friend would cause a problem with you in your relationship, would you keep him?
If I knew,
How would you know?
you would know.
Yeah.
You would know.
You know already.
If that's your best friend, yeah, you would know.
Already y'all real relationship.
But what if let's just say hypothetical, without hypothetical, if you knew that this person could possibly be a problem,
John, I don't want cheating on nobody. Watch before you get blocked.
John, don't believe her. See, you won't feed the streets.
Rick, what's taking?
What up, though? You would know the sister when she called. You know what I'm saying? You rang.
You already know I'm up on it.
Hey, so this is my thing, right? Hold on one second, Sheila. I call her Sheila. I forgot her. Cause I call her by her government.
It's called Miss Whispers.
Miss Whispers. I apologize. So, if you know that this is a possible problem for your mate, do you get rid of it or do you not?
I did.
No, I'm saying, do you or do you not?
I'm saying I did.
I know you did, but I'm saying in hindsight, going forward, would you get rid of a best friend if you know it's gonna be a problem? All right, I'm gonna ask you.
That's
I probably wouldn't even have him around if I'm being real.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's gonna be a problem. It's already a problem. Before it starts, it's a problem. Guess what? Let me just tell you like this, and I'm piggybacking off my brother to the end. We're territorial.
Right.
You put any male in our situation, we gonna feel some type of way.
Sure.
So now, and the same thing, females can play roles all they want, but if you see a fat booty walk in, oh, this is my best friend, oh, you feeling some type of way.
Oh, but wait a minute. We gotta rewind it.
Not always.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? You just think he know
I could have
everything.
said
He
it
don't know
a little
nothing.
different because that's my problem.
No, you being truthful.
What I do is I
can watch
people.
how y'all looking at each other.
And I can watch your interaction. I can watch if you the stroking of an arm because I'm not stroking my best friend arm. I'm not stroking him. We talking.
You stroking the hell out of Mark. I'm going like, let me
training.
About really, you know, people gestures, they act.
Oh yeah, like
and you can feel when a man say, "Oh yeah, this my best, this they best friend."
Just right.
But really, you can look at that man and how he interact, or look at her and how they interact. That man may feel, okay, this is my best friend, because you really feel as though you ain't got a chance, but that still don't stop the fact you want to fuck her.
Yeah.
You can say
I wouldn't even
Hey,
care.
listen,
You know,
it's a way to wear down any wall.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a way to wear down any wall.
You know, you got to know.
It's a way to wear down any wall.
At a certain point in your life.
50 Cent fuck Vivica Fox. Anything possible.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What you mean? Hold on, wait. What do you mean by that? 50 was with Vivica Fox. What is?
Well, I'm
He's
quoting
saying
the
that
game.
like if he can fuck Vivica Fox, anything can happen.
I'm quoting the game.
Yeah, you know what? My bad. That went on my head for 2
It's
seconds.
cool. You know, we got hip hop out here. You know what I'm saying?
that's
You
cool.
got shady. All right.
Wait a minute, though. Bro, you came with a great point.
What's that?
I know you was raised by a great family because you said courting. People don't even know it that even nowadays. But let me ask you this.
Grown real men do.
When you dating, when a girl tell you she dating other people, is it a line when she's dating? And I hope all the kids are asleep tonight, right now. But are they fucking? I mean, you know what I mean. Right. If a girl is telling you, yeah, I'm dating other guys. Yeah, going to Outback or going to Morton's. Okay, cool. But
out
he
back
fucking
and
other
getting that
people.
back.
Hey, here,
No.
here's the
Come on,
thing,
somebody slobbing on the knob now.
though.
Out back, you get your back
First-
blew out.
Yeah, but I'm
See,
saying, it's like,
I guess I'm
But
different
why is
because
it? Why this is the? I'm mad.
why,
I'm pissed. I'm
Always
pissed
said-
off.
why are you pissed?
Because why is it when a woman do it, is she gotta be fucking, but you can be dating? That don't mean you
But
fuck.
is she-
That's not
fair.
true, though. But that's not
He
true.
just said.
Well, I mean, like everybody different, but and he in the industry where that's kind of a standard. But like, you know what I'm saying?
But everybody ain't everybody. Just because say
You're
I'm
right,
dating,
but that is too.
I'm dating. Hold on,
Okay.
no, but I'm still in there.
Right, you used to be.
No, he not in there no more. He said.
Okay, you
Okay,
know what?
we-
Let me chill out. Let me chill out.
Okay, we gonna be.
Nah, I'm chill.
But I'm
No.
just saying, like,
Chill out. Hey, you know what?
I don't know.
It's like this. This what you got to look at.
see,
You
nobody
got
answered the question.
No. Say it again. Say it again. You gotta repeat it now.
What's the level of when a girl tell you that she
I
dates
have
another
friends.
guy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
like-
asking. There's a difference between.
Yo, automatically gonna think we
no.
I didn't say that. I
Are
did
you?
not say that.
What you as a dude? There's two questions you gotta ask.
Okay.
Are you dating other people? One. Are you being intimate with other people?
Oh no.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Give
one
you your
second.
answer. Like, ask the right questions, you'll get the answer.
Exactly.
Okay,
Nah.
right.
So, like, if you
Exactly.
dating other people, that's cool. I know girls that just go out with niggas just for the meal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I also know girls that they just trying to hit and trying to smash, and their body count is ridiculous. And
Nah.
that's cool. You know?
This question for both of y'all. If you do find out that the girl is smashing other men while you dating,
You get rid of yourself.
do you perform oral sex on her? No.
Oh no, sir.
What you having?
No, sir.
How many? You said what?
Shit.
No, sir.
Nah.
Your
So-
drink is
Whoa,
cold.
whoa,
No,
What
no,
the
no.
hell going on here?
We is getting nasty.
Listen to
Messy girl, messy
listen,
boo.
no.
We don't
Listen
stop
to the
beach.
point.
No,
Listen to the
I'm
point that
kidding.
I'm trying to make. No. Now listen. Now, with a guy, right? If a guy is sleeping with other women, would you still give him head?
We ain't fucking.
Okay. So now, with that being said, why would a person tell the truth?
Because it's easier.
What you say? Why would a person?
Because
what?
if you that, I mean, if you a liar, a cheater, because
I played the long game.
like then of course you're gonna lie to get the ass. But if you a real nigga, I'm gonna want to give it to you. You ain't gonna have to lie to kick it.
That's
So if you gotta lie to me about you fucking these bitches to get some pussy from me, I don't want your weak ass anyway. Now if you come to me and be like, yeah, I got her, I'm fucking her, I fucked her Monday, I fucked her Friday. Now it's up to me to say,
Give me a
well, let me
choice.
be Saturday.
Yeah.
Let me be your weekend.
Yeah.
bitch.
Nah,
Or-
I respect that.
But watch this. But watch this. I gotta show her something though. I gotta show her something. This her own tongue.
Okay.
You earlier said
wrong.
no. I'm just showing you
Okay, go ahead.
the contradiction.
Huh?
Earlier you said I wouldn't fuck my best friend. I said why not? He fucked this bitch, that bitch, that bitch.
That's
So-
not. It's a different. Now you
No,
trying to
no.
compare apples to oranges. That
No,
doesn't
what
make
I'm showing you is your reason for not
You hear
fucking
me?
him. You said out your mouth. Your reason for not giving this man some pussy was because he was fucking.
I said I know
multiple
his background. Why you said why would I?
Fact.
Why would you fuck your best friend? Remember, one, he my friend. But and plus I know his background. That'll make me
So
nasty.
this what I want you to see. A lot of people not gonna tell that, and then the way I said it, I might have said it harsh. It might have came out fucked up, but that's why we gonna feed the streets. We keep
Yeah,
it real.
we honest.
And so guess what? When I said that, that's the first thing a man. This is why a man don't want another male around his woman, is because the thought of that completely turns us off. So now, if you got a male best friend, ain't no way I could take you serious. Me
Yeah.
personally, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't. I just can't because now
Just
this
like
thought
the
is in my
rules
head.
are just in the same way for a woman. Like if I see
But
you
I
got,
wouldn't
if you
put
got
my
a
woman
boot,
like
if you
that.
got a big booty best friend, like you just said, we gonna contradict you too. So if you got a big booty best friend walking around, and I'm this just my friend, we ain't. Who gonna believe you if you already a?
But I use that as a euphemism.
Hold on. If one girl is fine, if the girl that is asking the question is fine and everything, and like she gonna assume that it's around the same caliber or higher female that I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So like, why would you even become jealous of that shit?
Yeah,
I ain't never.
because you were insecure and you're gonna be insecure and she gonna be insecure about this motherfucker.
Yeah.
This motherfucker,
Anybody
this
you bring
motherfucker,
around.
This motherfucker. If you and your goddamn sister too goddamn close, it's gonna be a goddamn
Men and
Get rid of
women
that
are
hoe.
territorial though.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah, we are.
But I'm
So
not jealous.
if you-
It's the difference.
Yeah, but I ain't calling
I'm
you
not
jealous.
intimidated. I'm territorial
It ain't
about
about-
mine, and I don't fucking play the game about it. And everybody gonna know what
She said what she said.
So if
You know what I'm
if
saying?
you
So,
know
hey.
you territorial,
yeah,
and you know that
I'm
nine
territorial,
times,
but I'm not jealous.
I ain't saying
It's a
you're jealous.
difference.
We ain't even putting the word jealous
Yeah.
out there.
Or
If you're territorial and you know that your mate is territorial, why would you put somebody else in their territory?
My thing is this: I'm not gonna cancel, quote unquote, who's my best friend. Nigga, you knew he was my best friend. You first started fucking with me.
So define the best
Don't
friend.
put me in a situation to where I got to choose. You know what I'm saying? You accepted that in the beginning. You knew that firsthand. So don't come with me with this sideways shit because your feelings involved. Now, this nigga, me and this nigga out the same cereal bowl. Fuck you.
Oh, so he grew up on your block.
Like I'm saying.
Crazy work.
My thing is this. He grew up on the block. We had to play cereal bowl.
Yeah.
That's best friend type thing. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have no best friend I just met 10 years ago. I'm 55 fucking years old. I know goddamn well I ain't made no new friends.
Right,
You know fucking best fucking friends.
Associates, maybe. But, you know,
No,
friends.
we might end up being cool, this, that, another.
Yeah.
But it's the timeline of this friendship shit. You know what I'm saying? That to me,
Right.
timeline moment.
So would you be okay if your
Fuck
girl
around, you
had
my best
okay,
friend, you only know
your
what
girl?
3
Yo,
years.
listen.
That's what I'm
Would y'all be okay if your girl, the man, if your girl had a friend? I mean, well, she called him her brother, but it's not no blood relation.
Let me break this down to you.
This my brother, but it ain't no blood. This
I
my
hope
god
my
brother.
girl watching this. I'm not accepting.
annoying.
I'm not accepting.
That shit annoying.
That brother shit.
Yeah.
I know. I hate
It's
that shit.
irritating.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you.
It's-
Well, I ain't gonna say that because I ain't finna do that. But I'm gonna just keep it 1,000.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna take a woman serious.
If she got some bros.
Definitely not taking her serious. Definitely.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah. No.
I wouldn't either.
I'm straight.
You too fucking old
Yeah.
anyway. Tell him just my brother. Just my friend. Just my friend Reed. What's wrong with that? That don't hold no value. Why you got to act like everybody
Hold
your
on.
brother?
It's
Everybody
two
this,
sides to
everybody
the
that.
shit, dog.
That's
It's-
bullshit to me.
It's two sides to the shit, dog, right? Okay, so
Let me
like
hear yours.
all girls, or not all women, but the women that have like male friends, like that call them brother or whatever, I don't necessarily have a problem with that because like who you bring in when I enter into your life or who you like dealing with and everything, that's not my business. Where my thing is okay, when you, at what point do we like decide, all right, that brother shit, yeah, especially if it's somebody that I know that could be interested in you, know of them, or like know that there was intent there, or that y'all was like
Exactly.
How you
talking
know that? 'Cause
before.
he told you?
No,
or you
if
just see it?
yeah, hypothetically, you know what I'm saying? Like,
He
you know what I'm
shouldn't
saying?
be around if it was intent anyway.
That's what I say, but like, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I said you got to ask questions ahead of time because I'm not even gonna be in. I'm not dealing with
I'm not
that
even
shit
about to
That
go.
in
comes
the
with
first
the
place.
court.
Yeah.
With the court, you
Yeah,
know,
like, I don't care. I don't care about nothing until we get to that point.
Yeah.
I don't got no, because by that point, I know I got enough information to make a informed decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like at that point, cool. And we done already had conversations about this shit. If I'm being real, that's why it's a process. Like it take a long fucking time to realize if that's somebody that you actually want to,
kick it with. Right.
yeah.
The thing of it
Good
is,
job.
I don't know.
is if we in the fun stages and not the courting,
Do you?
her best friend could be a fucking goat in the water. I don't care.
Nope.
You can have all just some fun. Oh man, because me and my boys, you know, it was parts of my life where we were not even just the music industry, us being men, we was having a time of our life fun. We weren't worried about no, you know, Mr. Sensitivity giving roses. We'll laugh at we'll laugh at a motherfucker that brings some roses. Oh, man.
And it's some adult men who act like that right now.
No, but I'm saying, but when I'm in a courting stage,
That's different.
that's different.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, it's some adult men who act like, who laugh at giving their girl roses right now. You sick
It's always got to be a
motherfuckers.
line drawn, you know, on a lot of things in relationships, you know, and people just need to stop being selfish and thinking what apply to this don't apply to that.
Right.
People don't communicate.
And then
Like
that's
people just don't.
communication. Yeah.
People aren't comfortable being uncomfortable for 5 minutes to communicate and get through their own feelings.
Right.
They're
Sometimes
afraid
you
of
got to
what it
get
is.
uncomfortable to
They
get
afraid of what the answer going to be half the time, but it's like I'd rather have the relief of knowing than the fear of what if this
What
ain't
if?
what you know what I'm saying?
Or being
I can
lied
deal
to,
with
like,
it.
tell me the
'Cause I can
truth.
only control what I can control.
Tell me the truth. Tell me the
Like,
truth.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Tell
gonna
me
know
the
what you
truth.
want and know what you don't want. That's
Exactly. Just
like,
my thing is just tell the truth.
So what? Do me a favor. I'm gonna ask y'all two fellas this. Define loyalty.
Yeah, it's tough. Again, this varies because it's like
In relationships,
that's really tough. Because like some dudes be expecting their girl to like hold them down throughout everything. Like if I go to jail, if I do, and I'm like, I expect you to hold me down if I'm accountable and doing the right things. If I'm on some crash out shit, then I don't expect, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, again,
How do you feel about loyalty? What was your?
Oh, of course, we got to go back to she can't be fucking around.
All right.
It's got to be like one. We got to be one together.
Okay.
Because, my parents was together for 30 years, and my mom was there wiping my dad eyeballs when he had cancer, when he was about in hospice. So that's what I consider one. It's a deep meaning. So it's got to be like when you get together, we in this together. It's not really a definition per se. Loyal is just we won.
You know what? My opinion on loyalty is being able to be yourself with your mate. You know what I'm saying? Like where like me and my girl had this conversation. I said I don't want it to be shit you don't know about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't nobody come tell you nothing.
Ain't
about
nobody
your man.
finna tell you nothing about
go.
me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want nobody to be able to tell me about you. And so any relationship I've ever been in, that's kind of like a forefront of the format. And with communication. So say for example, if I do some bullshit and I slip up and do some bullshit, I'm gonna tell her. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, fuck it. She gonna beat my ass.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? I just gotta take it.
you just like pain.
You would think you really would think that, man. You would think that, but I really don't. You know what I'm saying?
Would you tell her the truth because you honestly fucked up and the guilt, or would you tell her the truth because you like I need to tell you?
I would tell her the truth because I want to be one. I can't lie to myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Good,
So it's like if this is my partner and this is somebody I want to be with, why would I be sitting up? I gotta exaggerate and lie and tell bullshit.
Delete
Remember this shit? Delete texts, bro. I don't even want to have to watch my phone.
I got a hard enough time responding to the people I'm supposed to respond to. I can't.
Like I only got
With all of these lies and
like it's money.
Especially and it's crazy because it's adult men and adult women who out here playing the same old dumb ass elementary school game.
They not men and they're not women.
I mean, adult
male.
Female don't make them a man.
and adult males.
See, this is what you gotta look at. A man is so busy striving to take care of what he claims as his. You don't have time to be chasing 15 different women. You know what I'm saying?
That shit expensive.
It's very expensive.
Not really. Let me tell you why it's not really expensive. Because a lot of these bitches out here accepting a bare minimum. So it really ain't expensive.
Let me tell you why it's expensive. And these two brothers gonna agree with me. If I, for example, right, and I'm gonna just say this on Feed the Streets, I didn't go to work today. I ain't even finna say what I make a fucking day. But I spent a whole day to prepare for this. You get what I'm saying? I gave up a lot. You know how much I gotta give up to ride around with a female? I got people call. You seen a motherfucker in the comments. You a hard man to catch. This motherfucker, it's money on the floor.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't have the time to be playing with. I don't give a fuck if the pussy free. It's not free because my time
is wasted.
Oh yeah.
But what I mean by that, I don't mean necessarily monetary.
Caller, you live? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Caller, what you hang up for?
They scared to feed the street.
No, the phone lines are open. You know, ladies, we got what y'all call high value men up here. High earners. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can't say they both single, so
but
you know, we got one guy that's single up here. So
date you for no.
Wait, tell me again before I was looking at reading the comment. What you say?
no, I was just saying we got high value men, but you're not single though, right?
No, I'm it's super complicated, but no, I'm even if I like.
I just really think with men, look at a woman.
Well, you ain't got to explain it.
I'm not going to, but like, I'm just at a place where I'm so focused on getting what I got coming for, and like what I'm focused on, that like if it don't work out with the person that I was with previously, I'm not interested in nothing. I'd rather just be
by yourself.
Yeah, no.
And that's what my guy, he was just saying. He was like, man, this nigga, he break up and I don't see him. When I break up with a woman, I'm not on no, come on, let's hang. I want to fuck a bunch of bitches. No. Now that I got the free time, you know what? I always wanted to open up a trucking company. Now I'm about to go do that.
Something else.
You know what? I need to get back in the gym. I'm going to focus on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be running around focusing on where I can put my exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And like, men are, that's crazy. It's
not
male.
Men.
And then guys, at the age that you are now, like, okay, your girl cheat. Are you taking her back, or is just a done deal?
Cheating?
Yeah, like right now, it's like
it's done.
It's over. You know, right now.
After all this self-discipline I done put myself through?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm in a relationship.
Right. Like, you know what?
Like,
I'm gonna tell you like this. This is how I feel about cheating. Especially for a woman. A woman has to spread her legs and allow a man to enter her. She has to let another man dominate and submit to another man. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, it's the proof though.
It don't even
it's like, how you gonna let somebody else climb on top of something that's supposed to be mine? You know what I'm saying?
Cause we ain't nobodies, bro. We all are.
How you gonna stick yourself into
my thing is, bro, like, all right.
But she asked if a woman cheats.
I would much rather. I said this to I've said this to folk before. Like, I actually am more understanding. Doesn't mean I accept it and I'm cool with it. But I'm more understanding if a girl cheats on me than if she's disloyal to me. Because if cheating is a natural attraction thing, I don't like the sentiment, but like. But like cheating is like a natural. Everybody attracted to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. You can't ever just put a cap on that. It's not just done when you meet somebody that you really want to be with.
It's supposed to be.
But at the same, I mean, it'd be
Close
great
your
if we could. Yeah, nah. It'd be great if we could. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you being disloyal to me, that's a conscious effort that you have to like.
So you don't feel
premeditated,
but you don't feel cheating is disloyal.
No, it is. No. What I say first? Hate the cheater too. Okay. Hate a cheater too, but there's a sense of
combination of disloyalty with cheating.
But that's like I say, it's a natural thing to be attracted to other people. You know what I'm saying? Whereas to be disloyal, there's no attraction.
Would you be open to
somebody talking bad about you in the streets, or she's stealing money? What's disloyal? If it's
disloyal, yeah, like not having your best interest and to not have your best interest at hand, and to to purposely cross that. Yeah, exactly. To do something malicious.
You could accept your woman back if she cheated on you?
Oh, I don't know. Don't ask me that shit. That's
period. So say for instance, your girl, right?
That disloyal.
You call her talking
negatively
about you to another man. Not like a family member, not like an uncle or father or anything like that. She was talking negatively, like bad, about you to another man.
Worse than money.
Is that what
you know? What? Because money, you would give your money to your girl. You know what I'm saying? You like it ain't too many dudes out here that's doing anything for themselves for real.
Okay, we got a comment.
For why? Why did you cheat?
She said, what if it's just her conversating and hanging out with another man or female? Is that cheating?
Yes.
Everything does not have to be sexual. That's from Sheila.
Wait, say that again now? Is if they just hop out.
If they just hanging and chilling.
Well, the golden rule.
Is it a public space or are they in a private space?
No, it's they just hanging and chilling.
Nah, that ain't descriptive. I need more information.
Yeah. Like, I mean, honestly,
if I'm gonna blow up, I need to know it's for the right reason. All right. If somebody got to go, it's got to be.
I got people with one. Right. Hello.
A little intermission. If I could get a close up on this little sandwich.
I don't know. I will show y'all my salad, but that mug gone.
Yeah.
I'm scraping the bottom.
I really feel like if you're using your time, you spending quality time with a person, quality time with somebody. Come on now. If you just gonna fuck him, y'all fuck.
But that go back to the friend shit earlier in the plutonic friend thing. So see how it quickly turned when it becomes.
Come up and bite it in.
Why y'all going to the movies? For what?
No, see now I don't know.
Why?
I just don't.
See, we gotta draw
You
the
see,
line.
like okay. I've had situations where my partner done gone to the movies with like a group, and it's like niggas that are her old friends there,
Like
and like male friends, and stuff and I've had to check myself because it's like, okay, you talk about this person, but I ain't met him. I don't got nothing to run off of and everything. And while it may be the greatest intention, like I'm still like, okay, well, who? Even if it's in a group, you know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't be. If you have trust in a relationship, it shouldn't be like that.
So why you haven't met him though?
What you say?
Why you haven't met him though?
Maybe there's plenty of reasons.
Schedule.
Yeah.
Hell of a story.
Okay, I get what you're saying. You just busy.
Yeah.
But shit.
Well, now since we feed the street, I'm gonna turn it around. I'm gonna turn it around for a quick. This happened to me. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you're you in a serious relationship with a woman, and she sleeps with another woman? Is that considered cheating?
Oh, bro, I just was talking about this. I had this. Oh my god, why is it such a thing now?
Yeah, it is.
Like a thing
Now.
where I was dating a girl when I was playing. I was dating this girl, all right, and
What's he doing?
she got a best friend. Whatever, she tells me to come pick her up one time. Turned out she was messing with her best friend.
A girl?
Yeah. And it's like, and that's my thing is like, I don't even necessarily got a problem with it but you weren't upfront with me about everything. It's different if you keep communication, everything again.
Just let me know.
Like, if you keeping it real with me about what's going on, like, what your needs are and who you are, that's a problem though.
You know
what? I got a problem that you don't feel like you can communicate with me.
You know, a lot of women don't realize this. Everywhere.
Yeah,
that's fire. All right, look, let me just say it. I look like Animal or Cookie Monster, one of them. A lot of women will turn you into either Lester or Sam Rothstein. And you got to make a choice on who you going to be.
Who the hell is Lester?
You ever seen
Casino,
the movie Casino?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Lester is who Ginger was taking care of. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Lester Diamond. Bling, bling. And some women, they just gingers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we select gingers a lot of times because ginger is the one that make us feel better. A ginger will surprise you. Ginger, like every dude, I guarantee you that's been here, we done all ran across a ginger. Ginger is the one who come up to you.
Think a woman don't surprise you?
No, she's ginger.
Oh, ginger. Okay.
Yeah.
Got lost.
See, my girl mama ain't here, so I can't really talk how I want to.
You can say what you want to say.
So, Ginger is the girl who run up and be like, "Hey, what's up, baby? You the greatest." And make you, she keep that game, and we believe her. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then now we bleed into Ginger. Then we find out Ginger ain't shit. And then the whole time, Lester know Ginger ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And Ginger like to be treated like she ain't shit. Mm-hmm. But her format is to go find a Sam so she can help Lester.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so, you got a lot of damaged women like that.
That dude who girl on the phone was giving her text.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, remember, this the second guy. It's a whole different guy.
That wasn't real.
That was. No, she's real because the last guy, her daughter was like, "I'm hungry, Mom." She said, "You're going to have to wait and get the leftovers when he's done." Am I lying?
On the phone?
On the phone.
I'm not even entertaining that, bro.
She made me so mad. I was mad at her.
What we doing? Oh, okay.
If you don't want to die, don't dial that number.
That's funny.
Shit.
I mean, it's not funny, but
people like that for real.
She play too much.
She's
I think it was real. I thought somebody was playing prank, and y'all just was in on it.
No, remember
y'all
I said,
just like they just.
That's why I said we calling her playing because you try to help her, but then she be arguing with you about the dumb shit. So it'd be like
some niggas can't save themselves, man.
Yeah, we try to help.
That's called natural selection.
Okay, so I don't mean to change the subject, but I think we need to pray. Seriously, for real, for a lot of the mothers out here, because I don't know what's in the water in Detroit or in Michigan water, but it's a lot of moms leaving their kids at home. It's a lot of mothers who put all other things before their kids, and it's bullshit. It's a girl that's going to
cut you off. I don't know what's in the water, but I know what's in this corned beef sandwich. This motherfucker good.
Yeah. What's in the cooking, but yeah, no, I mean, hey, no, the one that left her kids at the house for like 5 years, that was Michigan.
That was in Pontiac.
Oh God,
You
live on Feed the Streets.
California.
I thought I was praying.
What's her name? Who is that lady that called? I thought that was a prank too. She didn't make
She
her
was
kids
the one
eat.
from 2 weeks ago.
See, I knew I wasn't alone.
She was the one from 2 weeks ago.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, when you said girl, stop calling, I thought it was a prank. But them the type of bitches I like to go hard on. Because they know motherfucking babies don't sit and wait for no motherfucking dog to eat. And then wait for no leftovers.
She said he eats steak and shrimp. And her daughter was like, Mom, I'm hungry. In the background. Like, so hungry. And so I got mad.
Y'all got to get the call tracers and we can send these to DPS.
Right. But the like, seriously. But like, for real, it's another young girl. Well, she ain't young. She an adult. She was on Facebook last night, and it's like, number one, it made herself look horrible. It made her mother look horrible. And it made Detroit look horrible. She basically...
Are you talking about the motorcycle girl?
Yeah, the motorcycle... okay, then. Yeah, motorcycle girl. Yeah, she basically will be at motorcycle clubs. She will be at social clubs, bars, and she leave her 14-year-old autistic son in the house. No, there's no running water.
Damn.
I'm gonna show you the video.
Show it to me.
The mama ain't no better because the mama say he can't come over there.
And that's why I said her mama is a whore. And I don't even cuss at mamas, but. I don't have mine, but I don't like her mother. Her mother said he could not come over there because he was autistic and he was up at night. Her mom worked 3 jobs. So this dumb girl took her and her other kids and went to her mother's house, but left her 14-year-old, and he's not autistic, like functioning. You got some kids that's autistic that you wouldn't really ever tell. Right. You just think he was quiet and to himself. He was like autistic. Yeah. She would leave him in the house, sleep on the floor, with a space heater, and the house looked like the lady in Pontiac house. You see the Pontiac pictures?
Right. Oh, them kids was taking shits in the bathtub, bro. That's
how it was.
I thought those was blueberries.
This how it was in this house. And her friend basically took the little boy. She went over her house late at night for some reason. Her friend and her used to mess with each other. So the friend said, I knew her for 4 or 5 years. I never been to her house. We would always go to rooms or my house, but I never had a desire to go to her house. So once she moved back into the city, she went over her house and saw, like, what the hell? So one night, she went over there, but she wasn't there, and the little boy was there. The girl knocked on the door. The autistic boy, 14, opened the door. So she took the baby with her and started to call his mother. So 5 hours later, the mother calls back like, what? She was like, why would you leave him in the house by himself? I just went to drop my kids off at school, not knowing the lady had your kid for 5 hours. Like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong, but if you do not want these kids, find somebody who wants them. And then the saddest part about it is her brother is a pastor at a church on 94 and Harper. Just like y'all trolled that lady in Pontiac and all her family, troll him, his mama, and all of them too. Because that little boy needs some help.
Look, I got a question for you. Do you believe soulmates are real?
I'm pissed off. But go ahead. You said what happened? No, tell me one more time.
Do you believe soulmates are real?
I do.
How do you feel? Like, tell me. How do you know if it's a soulmate?
I just always felt in my heart that when I meet him, I'ma know. Her name Danny Bell. Sheila.
Yeah.
I feel like when I meet him, I'm just gonna know. I haven't known with nobody else, so I know that's got to be that way.
How you feel about soulmates?
I believe that most definitely.
What do you believe?
That's tough, man. 6 billion people on this here earth. feel like it's more so like vibes and energy and everything. I don't know if it's necessarily soulmate. That's such a cliche thing, like term and shit. But like, I think that there's definitely energy. There's definitely vibes. I don't know, man. I don't know about the soulmate thing. I think that you really like fall in true love only a few times in your life, but I don't know necessarily about like soulmates and all that.
I ain't never been in love.
That's sad.
And I got 4 kids.
That's really sad.
You've been in love before.
Never been in love.
You ain't never been in
I've
love.
never made love before.
That's a whole nother
Shit, now,
comment.
come on,
Yeah, yeah.
God damn, T, nah. Shit.
If we feeding the streets, we being honest.
Right. She like, I don't fuck with TT.
Right. No, I'm saying I'm grown. I'm about to be 45 years
Why
old.
you say you never been in love?
Because
If you don't know,
I'll be 45 in May.
She just heartbroken right now.
Yeah, you just heartbroken.
No, I'm not. It's not
Yeah,
that I'm
like,
heartbroken, but now I realize,
Relationship.
huh?
This is a content clip right here
Last
for
year.
the
Oh, you
page,
feel
for the
going
IG
through
and
the
shit.
music.
I know it's not.
I mean,
No,
you feel
so
going
how
through
long do
heartbreak.
relationships last with you? Like, what is your, like,
they last long
what's long?
term,
10 years,
like
5 years?
10, 5.
And all that time you not feel you haven't been in love with a person?
What the hell are you in a relationship for 10 years?
It wasn't 10. First of all, don't judge me. So I ain't
It's not
judge you.
judgment.
I ain't judge you about your complicated
It's not
situation.
judgment. It's not judgment. It's
We
me wanting you to
listen.
be like happy.
We listen and
It's
we
me
don't
wanting you
judge.
to be, like,
Okay, well,
happy.
good.
It's
I want you
not
to be
at all
happy too.
judgment.
Complicated.
It's like, why would you put yourself through not being like?
Exactly. So that's what you know. What you are. I'm glad you said that. And that what I had to do was find out why I was accepting it. So I went into therapy and
there you
figured
go.
out why I was choosing these people who I thought was love. I got with them for the potential and broke up with them for who they really were.
Now, what
So
did
I
you
had
do?
to coach. What did I do wrong? Not let go sooner.
That's super real. That's a thing.
That's real.
It's people that are serial monogamous in like relation. I don't even know what you call
You
it,
know
but
what?
just only get
Young
and
lady,
can't get out of them.
Sheila
You know what I'm
wrote
saying?
a book. She have a book on that. Why go back and then why go back? And you know, my counteract book was like why stay. So she, you know, has a few books out. The
Go
young
get
lady
those books, y'all.
on that.
She'd have sent me one so I could read
And I
it.
should have brought them. I got them at home. I should have been.
I'm on one.
Why go back? And then my thing is this, you know, why stay? You know what I'm saying? Why stay so long? But a lot of times people, you know, do be like, oh, but sometimes we don't know why. You know what I'm saying? We really don't know why.
No.
It was
You know,
like
some
more
people-
so like it wasn't.
And you looking for
I think
something.
it was more so the fear of being alone.
wrong. That's what I'm saying. Something childhood, something
Exactly.
deep in you, you know, that make you choose these type of men. Stay with these type of men. Knowing your inner, your self-worth. You know, that's a lot of problems with us women. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to look in that mirror and face the
Because
mirror.
it's easy to break the mirror. It's harder to
You know
fix
what
the
I'm saying?
reflection.
Yo, what
Yeah,
I realized
that's all
what I realized real quick is that I've stopped believing in potential because potential is my projection of how I see what you could be.
And not what you're trying to be or working for.
That's deep.
That potential shit is like, it's cool for football and for sports,
Exactly.
but it's only good for about a year, and then you see what they really made of. Right?
Exactly.
And like,
Exactly.
I don't like.
Exactly.
I don't even like basing off of
Exactly.
potential
Yeah.
anymore. It's based off of like, what have you done previously? What are your record?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So I had to realize
Your
I had to go in
stats and
therapy
shit.
and I had to realize what was I searching for or what was wrong within me and fix it so I won't continue to make this mistake.
Right.
So I decided to do that.
You have to look in your
We all
inner,
have
most
inner
definitely. You know, I do like the coaching thing on that, you know,
Yeah.
with a lot of women, you know. Now,
But I ain't buying no shit no
have-
more now.
and I have things where, you know, little things, you know, I'm gonna share them with you also,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because that's a problem with a lot of women, and with a lot of women can't even keep a good man because of them. A lot of relationships, believe it or not, do fuck up because of women. It do. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you
And-
this, as a woman, right? And then I'm gonna ask the panel this too. What is it that you see with the women now that makes it Like my observation is like I think the music is misleading women. You know, so like
No.
you don't think
No.
Sexy Red and
No, I don't even know who them. I don't even know who them.
He hates Sexy Red.
So I don't know. I
No,
don't
they
know
absolutely
Sexy
do,
Red.
but we ain't gonna go into that
But
right now.
my
'cause
thing is
Shit
this:
last week. It went down
anything
with
if you weak, anything gonna fucking lead your ass. So it could be the music. Music is play a role. Don't get me wrong,
I
but
ain't gonna go there.
that go with.
God's looking at me like, dog,
His ass big as hell.
But you know, like her whole team is a bunch of white folks that have an agenda of what they want to be promoted and projected.
I didn't go there, Mark.
So
No.
it ain't even. We're not gonna do that. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do
As
it.
a woman, I'm gonna answer as a woman from my
Right.
perspective.
He talking about
You know what I'm saying?
No,
From my
but see, this when I was in the music
you know,
industry, right?
I don't.
when I was in the music industry, right? This is my experience. This has nothing to do with Mark Hicks or nobody on this panel. We was told to do things that was destructive to our community. So we was told to write things to convince people to be stupid.
He's not lying. I agree with that. I agree with that with the game.
It was a code. It was a code word. It was called "dumb it down." That's what it was called. So you would say some shit. Like if you look at the people who broke records, and we go off of Dej Loaf and T Grizzly, right? What was Dej Loaf talking about? The record that made her hot. Let a nigga try me, I'ma catch a body, right? So it's a female promoting killing people, right? What was T Grizzly talking about?
First day out.
First day out. These are things of what you gotta do to actually, sell. Why is our community so deep wretched in on promote hypersexual activity,
Right.
serial murdering of each other, and
Who do you think? What? Stop.
no, you can go.
No,
Jimmy Iovine is all his fault.
No,
You can't-
no,
I'm good
I'm not.
man.
I'm not saying
That's what they
that.
always used to say. Talking about he was the devil.
Well, let's break it, because you know what? Honestly, I know my eyes are getting big, like they are, but I want to say this. I feel like blood is on my hands, and I do have a certain.
You taking responsibility.
And I have a certain penance, for like for what I went through. But it's a quote. A wise man once told me. Confucius said this quote. He was like, "If you really want to know how a civilization is judged, you listen to the music." And our civilization is out of control. Like you talk about about the mothers and just the fratricide, brothers killing brothers, sisters. We dealing with it with our community.
It's called the Book of Revelation.
It is a kernel of truth in that.
Exactly.
It is
You
more
know, the
than
devil
No, absolutely,
angle of
absolutely.
music, and that's how he get through is through the music.
Right.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
harmony.
And that's a known fact. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, God did give us a most powerful tongue to rebuke. I think a lot of things in life is based on choice. If you don't have nothing else, you have a choice. You can choose what rules you, what moves you.
But it's
what
two
leads
ways you learn.
Not
It's
always.
two ways you
know what I'm
learn.
saying? So,
It's two ways you
you know-
learn, though. Now let's look at the two ways you learn. You learn by seeing something, and you learn by hearing something. And then the last thing, is feel, but it comes from what you've seen or heard. If you think about it, how did you learn to speak? Because you heard somebody.
else speak.
How did you learn to walk? You seen
seen
somebody.
walk.
Those are the two basic ways of learning. Now let's talk about music. I'm hearing this shit and I'm seeing it. And then here's a video. I'm hearing dudes say, all you need is this money and you can get fuck all these pretty women. I'm 13, full of hormones. How do I get this money? I'm gonna steal dope, rob people, do whatever I gotta do to do it.
Because I know I'm going to get the pretty bitches.
That's it. They don't know that this brother right here is gonna train you to play football and become entrepreneur. They don't know that this man right here got a lane where you don't gotta say this stupid ass shit. Just give me something hot, I could push it. They don't know I'll train you how to build a fucking house. All three of these ways to get you a pretty bitch. I guarantee you the three brothers is talking on here. I got a pretty woman. Now they got her shit together. And these brothers going through, got them too. That's so you don't have to be ignorant and stupid to get the stuff you want. It's options out here. And so, but if you listen to our music, what music promote that?
Nothing that they showing.
Nothing that they showing. Nothing that because
nothing that's gonna get an airplane.
That don't make them no money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And but we
now
want to keep up with society.
just be
Society say this, society say that. This is this, this is that. And so that's what to teach. Like for instance, like I say, my child, she don't know nothing about it. She doing it, the nigga doing it on her own. You know what I'm saying? But I can have her get up here and do every step of Frank Sinatra. Every song of Frank Sinatra. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about really, you know what I'm saying, what you allow under your roof. Now, environment does plays a role in raising people. It does, for sure. You know what I'm saying? But you hope and you pray that you instill the right things in your kid. You know what I'm saying? But they got to leave out that door. And that's when the hope and prayer say, okay, I hope she going to do the right thing. This is that and other. You know what I'm saying? So that's the,
I'm at such a point now where it's just like I'm just so over
everything.
Yeah, because it's all a facade, man.
All fake. You be talking about I'm killing these people, but you at home in your drawer.
Now let's talk about the message that
the rich rappers is broke.
What is the message?
You know what I'm saying?
Women rappers are
everybody.
Right
you know why I call them the Wizard of Oz. You pull that curtain, you think of somebody back there.
I'm finna go deeper because she don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. So the message that the female artists are pushing right now is just, hey, be a thought. You don't need to have no womanly qualities. Just run around and do you. Prime example, Gorilla, right? She came out, she had on Air Force Ones when she did the FREE.
Yeah. Fuck nigga.
Air Force Ones, bummy as hell. How the fuck did that shit just take the fuck off? And
because it was catchy.
No. He gave you the game. He literally said I had a $6,000 bill because he constantly played it. If somebody constantly see and hear something, they're going to like
catchy.
it.
It's repetitive,
it's only catchy because you keep hearing it.
Yeah, because you keep hearing it. But they know how to put it out there so you can keep hearing it. So now they like, okay, she getting hot off of this song. What else she can do? So you fly her out.
That same girl is on social media crying, talking about she can't find a man. Bitch, you are a man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you are the man.
Right. You are a man. You sitting here talking about, I got rolls over here. That's how she rap. You like, bitch, calm your little ass down. Right. She seems
that's not fair because NWA and all them, Ice-T, Ice Cube, they was degrading women forever.
And I agree with you. But here's the thing, though. This is what women...
So you can't expect her to be like, oh, I'm going to be this stand-up person for me when she was raised by her parents who was listening to the same shit that said, fuck a bitch, fuck a hoe. So now she a product of her parents.
This is the problem that women don't realize. Y'all have way more power than y'all know.
You're absolutely right.
I know it.
And so if y'all knew it, y'all would do it. Because guess what? I guarantee you're not going to find a real stand-up man that want a Gorilla style girl. No. So if you running around talking about I ain't never been in love, but you listening to Gorilla, that's the reason. No. Because you gonna get that vibration.
Gorilla that don't got nothing to do with nothing.
I'm not saying
don't put mine together.
All right, I'm just giving a scenario. So a female who's saying, "Oh, men ain't shit," but if you running around playing songs that's brainwashing you to make you think that all men ain't shit, you gonna believe that before you even give us a chance.
Not even that. If you show qualification of ain't shitness.
So what is the qualifications of ain't shit?
You don't have no job.
Did any of men you slept with not have a job?
They had a job.
I have a job for 2 years.
No, listen. No ambition. Let me say it wrong. I said it wrong. No ambition, no drive, no determination. No ambition, no drive, no determination. No. I talk. That's TT talk. I gotta do it for everybody. But like I said, no drive, no ambition, no determination. That's like you ain't shit, or you a liar. Like you constantly lie.
Nah, do those same rules apply to women?
Yes.
So what make a woman have more ambition or drive than a man?
Oh, I don't think that's up for us to debate. That's a by case thing.
Yeah.
That's for sure a by case thing, man.
I was about to go.
Because I always say the worst person in the world is not a person who don't have nothing. It's a person who don't want
nothing.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you say
Who-
the
who wants
ambition,
to-
the drive, this and that, another. Because I'd have been in a situation where, you know, shit that went left for my dude. You know what I'm saying? And I stuck it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he did have that dream.
He
did
tried.
rise
He
above,
tried.
And he is.
He
By
was
me
trying.
sticking by him, we're not together now, but we're not stuck by him. You know what I'm saying? It, you know, it pushed him. Sometimes men need that push, that pat on the back. When they get down, the first thing y'all want to do is kick a motherfucker when they down. Instead of lifting that man up and let him know, I got your back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm from the old school. I'm from back in the day. Shit, I done went and made sure shit he able to cop, nigga.
Yeah.
And said and cooked up with that nigga and cut up all that shit.
Shit,
and
dope. Rider duck.
And that's
sometimes you don't want to kick them while they down,
You know.
but you gonna save yourself from falling.
Yeah.
So it's a different. Every situation is different.
But if y'all
My thing is this: if y'all done failed
can't fall
together,
together.
I'm gonna tell you something.
y'all
When
won,
he
you
failed,
can't-
Yeah,
you failed
we
too.
can't
At the
can't
end
fall
of the day,
together.
if that's your man.
But
When
I'm
he
saying,
failed, you
like,
failed
when
too at the
people-
end of the day.
People use
Yeah.
that kick me while I'm down, but you the reason why you down there. It has nothing to do with it.
You know
Me.
what's funny?
No,
I
we
know
not-
that.
No, not.
Can I-
You gotta
can I-
listen to what I mean.
But
Like
can I
if you
respond
decided
real
to
quick?
not, if you decided to not go to work, if you decided not to pay your bills, if you decided not to do certain things, and you fall to the bottom, that's your choice that you decided not to do.
You know what I've seen in real time, right? And this is in my own personal experience. I have done everything for a woman. I literally had a wife that did not have a fucking job, right? And when shit went bad for me, that was
She got
my
the fuck
fault.
on.
No, she didn't get the fuck off. But
Okay, well.
that was my fault, right? But I spent all my money making sure you was good. Do we
So
get
that's your fault.
no? But that's how y'all think. Y'all not
Don't say
counting
y'all.
what we do.
No, don't say y'all.
I'm gonna say some females will neglect to remember because the only thing a lot of females remember is what's being done right at that moment. You have very short attention span.
Oh, well. I don't know about them. I
But
can't.
we've been on here a long time.
We have,
You know what
but
I'm
it's
saying?
been good.
No.
You know, anything you want to close with, brother?
So what you got coming up?
What do I have coming up? I'm actually writing my first sitcom. We're getting ready to shoot that with a couple of folks around the city, and my man Brian Murray. He just basically was like, if you whatever you need for project. So we working on some stuff.
Where can they follow you?
At Kaj60 on IG. I have a terrible Instagram following because like when I went through the back,
It don't matter. You about to have a good one.
But yeah,
gonna
at
speak it.
Kaj60. I'm just getting active on there, so I just started
At Kai60.
CAJ60.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's because he busy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't on social media to show y'all what they doing. You seeing it in
Show you
real
that
life.
money.
NDAs.
Exactly.
Can't even show you. Yeah.
Okay.
She sent her book cover too.
Oh, she sent her
Sheila
book
did
cover.
too.
Go in the comments, y'all. Check out the book cover.
Sheila, give it to me. I need it.
So we got to swing over to my dog Doughboy. What you got coming up?
Well, honestly, I don't know if
artist.
you guys ever seen the movie The Idol Maker, but it's like I've been a record man and I've been working everything from Biggie to Busta Rhymes to Fat Joe, but now I'm invested in myself.
That's good.
And so the thing is, I have a platform called Up North Heat. It's the Instagram is just getting started. It's Up North Heat. Everything from X to the YouTube, everything is Up North Heat. My personal Instagram is the talented Mr. Hicks, or my Facebook is Mark Doughboy Hicks. But Up North Heat is going to be a platform for 2 years. We're going to expand out to the Midwest, because you'll look at the logo when you go in there, you'll see it's the Midwest. But the first 2 years, we're going to concentrate on nothing but Michigan artists. And we've got a show coming on Shade 45. That's Eminem Sirius radio station. We're going to have a radio show coming up very soon, like next month. And I'll give the dates, of course, to Feed the Streets so you guys can help promote. And we're going to cross promote. So basically, that's what I'm working on. I'm really not working on a lot of records now. I'm just putting all my energy into this new platform, Up North Heat. And it's going to be nothing but for Michigan artists and their platform. We're going to help them rise.
That's what's up.
Now
That's what's
that's
up.
dope. Now, guess what? Y'all hearing it first on Feed the Streets. We got the football camp that's coming up at Chandler Park. That dome y'all seeing get built. Y'all seeing that it's ex-NFL stars that's want to be coaching y'all little badass kids. So you know what I'm saying? Bring them on out there so that they could become the next NFL stars. And then we got the Uptown Heat. You seeing it? This man is up north. I'm sorry, up north Heat. This man, I've been drinking, y'all. So up north Heat is not a lot. I only had 3/5. God damn, let me get 4. You know
and the next AA meeting goes to you.
No, I'm joking. I only had a cup. But anyway, the talented Mark Hicks, follow him, and you get to see that his background. He don't work with the biggest artists in name. So y'all get in on the ground up. That's how you get a stock cheap. That's how you get in. That's how you blow up. You get in. Don't show up after a person that put in all the work and they done blew up, because now they don't need you
at all.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to be getting at these people. Rewind, listen to how they told you, hey, mention Feed the Streets. Give us a shout out. Hey, I seen you on Feed the Streets. How can I help? Or how can I get a part of this so that you can also, become, surround yourself with greatness. You want to be great? Surround yourself with great people. You know what I'm saying? These two brothers done started from the bottom and made it to the top.
Exactly.
So, I'm gonna end this show with that. I appreciate Hey Love coming out. She brought food, salmon.
So y'all gotta taste this salmon salad. I don't know what glaze she put on there, but it was ooh la la mon capiton.
When she got to talking about what she used to do in her past, like she might have put that yam on.
Right. Getting all of that, boy. Got me addicted.
No, all jokes aside, I've been to her commercial kitchen where the food is being cooked, and I never told her this, but I was super jealous because I've never seen an establishment that clean.
Exactly.
I was like fucked up. Okay. I'm telling you, I was like, because I'm one of them finicky, funny eaters.
Yeah, you can't eat everybody's stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
My grandma always say, check the kitchen.
Man, anybody know me? No. I done been over people's house on Thanksgiving. Like, no, I ain't hungry. You know what I'm saying? Starving, but I seen that mouse. You know what I'm saying?
That roach on the curtain.
Man, roaches. I'm outside. Bed bugs, any insects, any of that, I'm outside. But you know what, man? I appreciate y'all brothers coming out, man.
I feel like we only been here 30 minutes.
I know, man. I looked at the clock. I'm like, God damn.
We gonna get charged extra for this.
Extra? Man, Bollock be taxing. And shout out to super producer Rico.
Thanks, Rico.
Without him, a lot of this would not be possible
at all.
When you see the graphics, when you see the set, when you see the setup, man, this man is like
dope as hell.
And that's another.
And he
man.
and he is not friendly, so don't speak to him. But
that's not true.
He is sweet as pie, though.
He a good dude.
He is very a man, not a male.
Yep. He
Check him, baby. Be that loyal woman.
So if y'all want to start a podcast, man, get your money together and come see this man. You want a professional setup. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You want something where you can invite NFL stars and music
socials. Nah, that's what it is. I like it.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate y'all, man. And I'm going to end this with Feeding the Streets. We actually, Hey Love Kitchen fed the streets tonight, man. This episode was sponsored. And we smashed and we enjoy. And y'all can see the menu. Y'all see that salmon?
And I want to thank
y'all had a lamb burger. So this is Detroit lamb burger. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The men, I really appreciate you guys. It's.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
I love my man.
I'm a crybaby. You go every cry.
I push for y'all. I do. I'll be talking about it all the time, Reed. I push for them because I just feel that it's divine order. You know what I'm saying? And us women have to know that, know the difference of being submissive, and don't mean you less than. And I just feel like a lot of things in our society, especially black, is we say we want this, but then you get it, you don't even know how to follow it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's most of the problem, you know, with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I stand 10 toes down and on 10 hands. I walk on hands for mine, you know, and everybody else should have that same, you know, thing and quit, you know, want to point and you blame. We too old for that.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
We too old for that. You know, we got to root y'all on because at the end of the day, y'all are our kings, whether we like it or not. We have to embrace it. We got to push. We got to rally for y'all. We got to stand y'all up. If I got to prop you up, you're going to be propped up. You know what I'm saying?
Talk your shit,
and y'all need to find a man, like he said, how his mama was wiping his daddy eyes when going through the chemo. You better find a woman who going to bring
that's
you
going to
a
wipe
glass
your
of
ass
water,
if need
who
be.
ain't going to fucking stick your ass in that corner. Like
Well,
real talk, true story.
I'm going home to your daughter,
I know you are.
and she gonna always be my queen, and I'm gonna always be her
I
king.
tell her to bathe your
That
man.
way.
Give your man a bath. Bathe your man. Put your man in a tub and bathe him.
You know something, and
About to go get bathed.
I'm trying to tell you, hey, I got. I'm
Okay.
getting one.
Wait a minute, before you end though,
You want to let your girl bathe?
that young lady,
What?
I
What I
will
what?
sign that
You want to let your girl
promise.
wash you up?
If I was,
Put your money. Promise that.
I don't need to.
You know what? I gotta say this to ladies. Ladies, realize one thing: when you demote your king, he's no longer a king. And when you demote your king and he's no longer a king, that means you no longer a queen.
Is that part?
You could never be a queen without a king. So with that, I want y'all to know, I want y'all to feed the streets, eat well, drink up, enjoy,
Thank you.
take care, God bless. I appreciate y'all again for coming out, man.
absolutely, bro.
I hope y'all will come out and see us again.
You got to remember to give us your email address to send the music.
Eastside nigga, my gang vicious with a private fork, got the grand wishes. Can't tell the difference, my rim inches or thick bitches. Hip dimensions, not nevertheless, my gang cold. Pretty boy swag, I take your hoe. Never understood what they hate me for, that's just a demonstration, they ain't getting dough. Boss reek that van life, born and bred on Van Dyke. Run the streets, that's say night. Now who is he? I'm M Guy. Did a photo shoot in polo boots, is that real loot? I promise you. That $100 bill in the light show is real. Boss reek that sweet, but I'm scared of you. Bitch, I ball like I'm too